turn the music on. Oh, and then it's loud? Oof, okay. There we go.
Do you see the Pog champ?
I did. Now I see it. Oh, that is really cute. I wonder where it came from.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of cool nonetheless.
For a while, they posted every day what it was and like where it came from, but I haven't seen it in a minute.
Well, let me... Twitch, Twitter, Pog champ. We'll see if it says anything for today.
I need to put it
After 35 Pog champs in 35 days, the Pog championing is upon us. You decide what the future of hype looks like. Tune in and vote live February 12th at 12 p.m. to decide which Pog champ takes over, I guess.
here. Oh. That's weird.
Yeah, also I don't see them have anything about today's Pog champ. Maybe if I check the reply thread on it.
$69 420. That's a good meme. So I don't want to say anything. I'm gonna keep it under wraps. I have a plan for another like bigger loyalty thing, but it's still very much in the works. Yeah. Anyway, I probably need to like download these games and then load them.
Is there like a point total that we can get to where, you know, we can start is there like I don't know, brunch with an admin or like an ARAM with an admin or something?
And I'm pretty sure that all of the people that would qualify if they just invited me to an ARAM, I would play with them. But
True.
no, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I'm looking into making like pins for ROTM, like little crow pins. And I really want to give them out to everybody who's ever played as a like full member of ROTM without disgracing themselves. I hate that I have to add in that caveat.
I mean,
And then
no tree line.
additionally, you could get another one by redeeming just a whole fuck ton of channel points. But that's very much still in the planning stages. Like I put in a bunch of quotes for it, and they're pretty unreasonable. But my wife thinks that she can find them for much cheaper, so she's on the hunt for them. but I don't want you guys to have to save for it. And again, like most of you would automatically qualify for it anyway because I want to give one to everybody who's played for ROTM, and most of you have played for ROTM at one point or another.
I think it's a really cool idea if it's
But
feasible.
I was inspired. I'm going to be honest. Shout out to Mr. CE and Team Fish Taco because they have some really cute pins that are like reasonably priced, but their artist doesn't want to do it with us. So not a shot at the artist. Like don't go search this out and figure it out. But so I need to either find an artist willing to do that price, or find another way to do it. But apparently just like mass market pins are very expensive to do custom pins. So unless we get a huge influx of stream revenue out of nowhere, and it would have to be pretty like 5 times more than we've earned up to this point. Yeah. Anyway, I am almost ready. I'm sorry, I'm hinting. Let me change this logo really quick. And then I want to see if they have drafts, and if they do, I'll have to change one other thing. But where the fuck did I put it? There it is. I probably need to move these because I can't ever find them. And this is... You don't have access to their chat to see if they have the draft saved anywhere.
I do not.
I guess I'll have to peek by myself. This is RotM, and this is Rawr. Rawr's like a orange color because it's Nar. That tracks. Okay, let me see. Sorry, long ass intro. Oh, we did have the drafts. Holy shit. Holy poggers. Let me save these really quick. And then I need to send them to Aikedo. This is Rawr G1. Check and see if Platinum had theirs. Oh, I can get game 1s, but not game 2. So we're not going to bother with it. Alright, let me send these to you.
I was gonna say something smart about you not doing it for Diamond, but then I realized that you live cast Diamond, so you talked about draft the entire time.
Yeah.
I was inting in my mind.
Those are in order, assuming that they're in the same order for us.
Okay.
And then I need to put them on the stream. Oh wow, that's still the old suck guy. Thanks so much for the donation, Matsuro. I'm gonna read what you guys wrote with these things in a second. I'm just trying to figure out my life very quickly. Okay, Rawr Game 1, we've got it. And then I need to change this logo to be Rawr. And then we should be good. Oh, it's really fucking tiny. Why is the Rawr logo so tiny? Alright, there we go. Alright.
Is this the same Rawr? Is this the one with like the Nar?
Yeah.
Wasn't there like...
It's a different logo, which is weird, but... I guess that other one was a GIF.
Yeah, it was like a coin, wasn't it? Or something?
Yeah, it's on stream right now. I just transitioned. But welcome officially, ladies and gentlemen. you've got a few friends at the art department at Full Sail you could reach out to, that'd be really, really cool. If you want to look into it and get back to me, I'd appreciate it. I feel like I'm ending. I need to open up Streamlabs, I guess, so I can see what Hyder said. I should stop using people's names on stream, by the way, as well.
How dare you?
I just don't even have Streamlabs open. Oh god, I heard it go off again, but I didn't see it. Ah! This is the worst. I haven't opened Streamlabs in many a year. Recent events. Is that in here? Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Stream revenue hype, let's go. I can't draw, but let's get someone who can. Yeah. That sums it up very nicely. Thank you guys for the donations. Bpots and Metsuru. Y'all are way too generous. Alright. I'm on stream. Hello. It's me, Merstomatic. My co-caster today, the Grandmaster Smurf. I should stop calling you that on slightly official streams.
Someone might take it seriously.
Someone might take it seriously. He's not actually GM. Somebody just accused him of being GM, and it's funny. All right. We're here for game number 1 of LAS from week 5. Return of the Middle Sticks taking on Rawr. Draft for game 1 is up on the screen. What sticks out to you about this draft?
Both of the junglers. I am very confused. So Volibear jungle hasn't been meta for a while. It's interesting that that's what Gid ended up landing on. But then on the other team, is it Scion jungle?
Yeah.
I think Scion has like an okay win rate, but he's not great. You're still playing Scion jungle. Just really strange that these are the picks they ended up on, because looking at the bans, Vi is still open, Warwick is still open. I don't know how Gid ended up on Volibear.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's a lot of comfort picks, though. I know Gid plays a lot of Volibear. You have the Caitlyn Thresh for RTM. For Rawr, I don't really know. I know that the man plays Scion jungle, and you'll see some extra special tech when you load into the game. But yeah, this is 4-0 Return of the Middle Sticks versus 3-1 or 3-0 Rawr. I think the one game got. Oh god, I hit a button and I don't know what I just did to you. Are you
to
here?
Me?
Yeah.
Hello?
I think I invited you to a random server, maybe.
I haven't gotten anything, so.
And I didn't mute you. Okay, I guess I didn't do it then. All right. I just saw a dropout menu and I clicked in the middle of it, and okay, I'm gonna stop ending. But yeah, 4-0 Return to the Middle Sticks versus 3-0 Rawr. Battle of the Undefeateds. It's the final game of the first round robin for ROTM, and then they'll have to play all of these teams again. But potential undefeated first round robin is a big accomplishment. We'll see if the boys can do it. Let's go ahead and finally jump into game.
All right, I have it. Open up whenever.
All right. Let me turn off the music really quick, and then we'll go ahead and start in really long countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. I'll let you go ahead with the blue team then.
Alrighty, so on the blue side of the rift, we have our boys Return of the Middle Sticks in the top lane, Peaklate on the Renekton, Gid Shadeslayer, as we had spoken about, in the jungle on the Volibear, Oath pulling out the Malzahar mid, and then Bpots and Matsuro on the Caitlyn Thresh bottom lane.
And on the other side of the rift, wearing the red health bars for game number 1 are Rawr, Feathers and Fur in the top lane on Illaoi, Doki, FTW on the Teleport Scion jungle, Magic Claps in the mid lane on Yone, Rosalina and Astro in the bottom lane playing Swain and Nico. And Doki gonna show that he's walking in. Oh no, Gid's walking directly into a trap, and he's gonna get pulled in and taken down for first blood.
Wait, that bait was insane. Doki being the only one to walk over to the bush and show made Gid think that he could collapse behind him, and it turns out the entire rest of the team was waiting for him. It was an interesting bait there, and already first blood for the Alawi.
It's the big counter to the 5-stack. Oh, now Doki's gonna walk in. Don't fall for it, Metsuro. Don't chase him. Oh no, he's going for. Okay, he's fine.
The issue is now Doki's starting with 50% HP. You know, Scion Jungle doesn't see a ton of play. I can't imagine that the clear is that great. Though one of the perks of it is that for every minion that you do kill, you do get permanent max HP increase. So when you do kill like Krugs or Raids, you can get quite a bit of HP from it. So you know later on in the game you might have quite a bit of extra HP. Doesn't really help him out in the early game though, where he already got pretty low.
Yeah, you also have to have W before you get the max HP. Fun fact.
Oh, true. What do you think you started?
Q, because I think we saw it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not just omniscient. Yeah, the other weird thing is, I guess his clear would be faster if he killed himself. A hook from Metsuro at level 1. They're going to get a good trade onto Astro. Actually, Ignite coming down. Flash forward for the auto. Metsuro is going to get it in the last tick of Ignite. He'll find the kill. So Metsuro on the board in the bottom lane. Revenge for his jungler a little bit. But burns the flash out of Astro and able to take him down.
Yeah,
oh, and they're going to flay in
important.
Rosalina. Just not giving up at all. The Piltover Peacemaker chunks him out. Just not quite able to take him down.
And already RotM just showing so much comfort on these champions. You know, Caitlyn and Thresh are two of their most played. As we see.
coming in for the stun, get with the other stun, and Feathers and Fur going to have to burn the flash in order to get away from the Volibear Renekton combo.
And that's in a matchup that isn't Alawi favored to begin with. He had gotten the first blood, so he might have been feeling pretty good about his matchup, but after having to burn his flash to the gank, no longer in a good position as Gid is wrapping around here on mid lane.
Yeah, Gid looking for the gank in mid lane. It looks like Magic Lapse is going to be able to evade that gank, but a lot of pressure already from the Volibear.
Yeah, no, this is something we've seen a lot out of Gid in recent weeks, is he's willing to forego a little bit of his farm, a little bit of his XP, in order to try and make things happen early. And so far this game, you know, picking up that flash top lane and then applying a little bit of pressure onto the Yone.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting, Oath opting for the Malzahar this game, but he's really prioritizing harassing Magic Claps out. Stun going to land on the Feathers and Fur. Doki walking in, shouldn't be anything there, but it'll make sure that Peakley can't look any further at the Alawi, and Gid is back for another gank. Actually, the stun had just timed out from the Rolling Thunder. Magic Lapse will get stunned up by the curtains, but silenced up, I guess. CC'd, in a sense.
And speaking about this Malzahar, I imagine that's picked as a counter pick to the Yone. You know, it should be a matchup that's pretty Malzahar favored, especially post 6. Having the on-demand lockdown is always good into champs like Yone.
Oh, Metsuro, he don't miss right onto the trap for B-Pots, Piltover Peacemaker into the net combo, and another auto will do it. Another 2v2 kill for B-Pots and Metsuro 5.
And again, just the comfort on these champions. RotM obviously very comfortable on them, and really just already applying so much pressure and so much dominance in this lane, which is sort of what you have to do when you pick Caitlyn. So good on them that so far they're really playing towards their win condition, and you know, already a massive CS lead of 14, you know, as well as the kill and the assist that Caitlyn's been able to pick up.
Yeah, it was kind of unlucky by Peakley on that last trade. He got the empowered W, but didn't get the empowered Q, and then wound up actually burning the rest of his Fury on the Slice and Dice. So coming up a little bit short on those trades, and going to be forced back to base, which kind of makes sense considering he's down a Longsword and a Ruby Crystal to the Alawi.
Yeah, Alawi already used his teleport, so Peakley, if he's able to get the reset off without dying, should be in an okay position, but Scion's here. They might look for a dive. If they can cancel his recall, it looks like Scion's actually just going to back up. Rawr not wanting to risk it too much, but Metsuro's here in mid lane.
Yeah, going to land the hook directly off of the shading from Magic Lapse, and that'll force the flash, which is super important, given that Oath about to hit level 6, and he'll have the big outplay potential that is Malzahar available to him soon.
Yeah, no, that should be available very soon. In the meantime,
Oh,
though,
what is that hook? All right, well,
that was a little bit weird looking. But RTM already on this dragon, trying to secure that. Looks like they should be able to without too much trouble. Doki's walking in though.
yeah,
He doesn't
Doki
have
walking
flash.
in. He doesn't have flash. He's gonna get hooked out of his decimating smash. Trap right behind him. Walks onto that, unfortunately, and Gid will finish off that kill. Magic Claps goes in, trying to use his ultimate to zone off Gid. He's got him ignited. Doki in zombie Scion form can't find anything to punch down, and ROTM is successfully disengaged. They grab the dragon and another kill.
Yeah, everything going their way. They were the first ones onto the dragon, and Cyan trying to walk in alone. Unfortunately, pre-6 doesn't have a whole lot of engagement options, and without flash, the moment that you eat a hook, you're pretty well dead, as we saw there.
That might have been the first hook that Matsuro's missed in his entire life. Just very close to hooking Rosalina, though. Anyway, Magic Claps doesn't have his ultimate, so just gonna get a trade on Oath in the mid lane. Let's take a quick gander at some of these little item completions, double dueling phases in the top lane, but Feathers and Fur should be a little bit stronger with that cloth armor.
Yeah, any amount of armor that you're able to pick up early is extremely helpful against a champion like Renekton, who's just looking to pressure you out early. That's an interesting pink ward position.
Yeah, I don't know what that really accomplishes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's playing for the vision, if they're worried about getting lane ganked, you know, alcove junglers, but it seems unlikely. That's okay, it's a creative position, but...
Hook gonna land from Matsuro directly onto the trap. That combo is deadly as Beepots guns down Rosalina again.
Very well played by the bot lane of ROTM. Every single time that Matsuro is able to land that hook, it seems like Beepots is there to get the Caitlyn trap underneath, and it's just so much damage coming out. Really well played by them. Oh.
Yeah,
This Magic Claps is going pretty deep here. He's trading in a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'd say that he got the better of the trade in that circumstance. He's almost got his ult, the Death Defied, up again, and Astro and Rosalina roaming toward mid, but in the top lane, ganking onto Feathers and Fur, luckily out of mana if you're Gid and Peakley, because Illaoi at level 6 can turn some ganks.
It's always scary.
Oh, the flash away from
wow.
Oath, away from the Death Defy, that's gonna probably save his life. That was really nicely done. Trying to turn it back around a little bit with the Nether Vision, the Malefic Vision. The Nether is the ultimate.
Nether Grasp, yeah?
Yeah, he grasps their nethers, which is probably inappropriate, but, you know.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize he was such a pervert. That's okay. Beepots alone here in the bottom lane as Matsuro's roaming around.
Ooh.
Almost
Good
got
little
the
dodgy flashes in for the flay, and there, the big outplay from Oath. He hit R and clicked on him. What a man. He'll secure that kill, and it's 5-1 for ROTM, and they've had all of the map pressure in pretty much every lane.
And a really good play set up there by Matsuro on this Thresh. We've seen it time and time again. When he does end up getting his Thresh, he's able to apply so much pressure around the map, and now 100% kill participation. Already has the Moby boots, is defending Beepots again before he's able to, before the Rawr bottom lane is able to take advantage of his,
Ooh, that didn't look like it hit, but Astro able to hit the Pop Blossom directly into Rosalina. Beepots is down. The 90 caliber now, maybe a little too aggressive. In comes Doki looking for the decimating smash. Deft sidestep by Matsuro. Hook onto Rosalina. Gonna make Doki take another tower shot, but he's able to survive on the back end of that. So the investment from Doki, the first real opportunity we've seen for the Scion jungle, and coming up a little bit short, but Rosalina and Astro able to get the shutdown onto Beepots.
It was a little bit unlucky there for Matsuro. After he hit the hook onto the Nico, he ended up flaying the Nico mid-ult straight into his 80 carry, and not a whole lot Beepots can do. Once you're hit by 1 CC ability against Swain, you're just not going to have a good time. And yeah, that bot lane is evened out just a little bit after going so far in
coming in
favor.
for Magic Claps, and he's able to find the solo kill on Oath. That was a clean little combo from Leone.
You know, whenever you're the Malzahar, even if you do win this matchup with your ultimate. Once your
Oh,
ultimate
the
is
hook
down, you
onto
have a lot of
Doki in the
trouble.
pit. They're just not going to give you any time to give any sort of meaningful analysis as Beefhots finds a kill onto the jungler, greeting a little bit for that pink ward in the pit.
Agreed, and I would talk about it, but they're already looking for another play on the mid onto the Yone. Looks like that's going to be avoided, but RTM is in position for this second dragon with Doki dead coming back from base, although Oath also on his way from base. We'll have to see if he's able to make it in time. I've already started it, but it looks like Rawr is trying to contest.
Yeah, Rawr is
Ooh.
here. The hand not quite going to connect there from Rosalina. There's two Scions as they come in. Ooh, Gid is able to smite that one away. He's in a little bit of trouble trying to fight back. Astro is low in the back of the pit. The Volibear and the Nico almost trade out. On the backside, though, Beepots and Matsuro able to reset the battle line, not quite able to take down the Swain. Gid in trouble, getting autoed down by Magic Claps, and he'll fall after the flash is committed. Magic Clap still looking for a little bit more, dashes over the wall. Beepots hits him with the net. They'll have to dodge out of the eye of Sauron, but it looks like Beepots and Matsuro are able to survive the fight, so that'll be... actually, Oath died somehow as well in the back of that fight, so that's 3 for 1 in favor of Rawr, but the Dragon for RTM 4 for 1, excuse me, and they'll get the knock up onto Beepots, continuing chasing down the Caitlyn, and the hand for Rosalina will find the kill. That's almost a full ace for Rawr, and now they'll be able to wail away on this bottom lane turret.
Everyone but Peakley ended up falling in return for that dragon. Our team had a little bit awkward positioning there. They sort of got stuck in the pit as Rawr came in, and when you have no way to get out against the Swain, against the Yone, even against the Scion, it just becomes very difficult to keep your carries alive. And that's a good swing back for Rawr. They were sort of, it was looking a little bit dire for them. In the minutes leading up to that, but now looking at a lead, 2.6k. Magic Clap's gonna have to back up here in the mid lane.
Yeah, Matsuro and Gid both looking for him, trying to make sure that they can keep this Yone under
I think
wraps.
that's actually Nico.
Oh, that is Nico. They think they 100% have to think it's Yone though.
Yeah.
Right, unless they saw Magic Clap's back.
And Magic Claps is positioning over the wall. He might be able to get something cheeky. He can E over and then maybe set up an ult, try and hit Caitlyn.
Yeah, Shelly summon. In comes Magic Claps over the wall. They're going to get the Decimating Smash onto Gid. And the Lantern is going to save him? Alright.
Wow, not quite enough damage, and the Lantern's able to save the Volibear from what was a pretty creative pick there from Rawr with having the Yone come over the wall. And they're pressuring down this turret. Although if Hyder's
Matsuro
able to...
flashes forward, gets a triple flay. He's low as Gid jumps in with his ultimate, but Magic Claps is turning this one back around, although tanking up too much tower. He got trapped underneath it. Beepots just able to free hit now. They get the Nether Grasp onto the Swain, and they find 2 kills in what should have been some pressure for Rawr. They're able to turn it around.
Rawr had the numbers, but unfortunately overstayed just a little bit and pushed underneath the turret. Looked a little bit scary for RTM for a second as Magic Claps was doing quite a bit of damage, but he ended up taking up the turret, and he's not... doesn't have a ton of survivability yet on this Yone. It's still pretty squishy against the turret, so... A swing back the other direction as RTM taking notes out of Rawr's book. They get the picks and then they group up for that mid turret, but they're able to actually take it down. They don't overstay this time around, so.
Yeah, staying close after that swing. Somebody to watch is going to be Feathers and Fur on this Alawi. He has the Gourd Drinker plus another BF sword. Able to shove down that top lane tower. If they're able to utilize this Alawi well, that can be a really scary character. If not, it looks kind of useless, but we'll see how it all plays out for Feathers and Fur. So far, the lane counter, I guess, into Renekton looking all right.
Yeah, he seems to be in the isolated matchup doing pretty well. What do you think that BF sword's going into? Is that just like a second item GA? Or is it something spicy? We're gonna see like a Bloodthirster or a Infinity Edge.
I'm imagining it's GA, because that sounds like the item of those that Alawi would build.
It just feels very. It's not a common second item, so something to keep an eye on. That said, Alawi oftentimes has a lot of trouble contributing in team fights where there's a lot of CC on the other team, or a lot of range, which RotM has in spades. They have the Malzahar, they have the Thresh, as well as Caitlyn just hard out ranging Alawi. You would think that that would mean that it's hard for Alawi to really have an impact if they do ever end up grouping around a team fight. That said, right now, tons of pressure in the side wave, as you can see, keeping
Ooh, the
P-Clay under
flash
turret.
over the wall for the ultimate. They're onto magic clamps, but not able to really follow up. In comes Doki with the ultimate. Oath is separated from the team, gets slowed. The Death Divide knocks him up into the decimating smash, and Oath should fall at the end of this one. Yone has to snap back, but Caitlyn's auto follows him and tracks him down. Rosalina and the Zanyas gets a good bird bomb off, but is trapped away from the rest of his team. A double kill for B-Pots as they're continuing the chase. Gid gets the stun onto Doki, into the stun from P-Clay. Can they actually finish off the Scion? He's relatively tanky. There's the hook. Trap not quite in the right space for it. Meanwhile, Alawi is split pushing, has the inner turret down in top lane, and is going to continue being a threat. Dragon going to be started up for ROTM.
Yeah, P-Clay had teleported over to secure the teamfight win for his team, but Feathers and Fur wasn't interested at all in grouping, spent his entire time in the side lane, and was able to secure that tier 2. But that is ROTM's Dragon, which means they are now on soul point for that Infernal Soul, so they have that win condition. And after that one team fight, the gold lead's growing ever closer. Still slightly in favor of Rawr, but RotM should be feeling pretty good, especially with that Dragon Soul win condition here in a few minutes.
Well, let's take a look at some of these items. Nothing super out of the ordinary on these first couple of mythics. I think it's kind of interesting. Rosalina skips over the mythic item and heads straight for the Zanya's Hourglass. What do you think of that particular choice?
It's particularly unreasonable. The Hourglass is super cheap and fits really well with Swain's playstyle. The issue is the value of your Hourglass goes down significantly against champions like Caitlyn, who every time that you do use your Hourglass, you're going to end up with a trap underneath you and a headshot to the face. So I'm not crazy about it this game, but in general, I don't think that skipping your mythic, at least for the first item, is a bad idea. I think it can work.
See, I just feel like the value of Leandry's on... Well, never mind. Astro's going to get hooked in, taken really low. Can they actually finish it off? The Pop Blossom with the shield keeping him alive. B-Pot's trying to kite back away from Rosalina. Oath and P-Clay in pursuit. Rosalina, ooh, not quite able to land the claw. Going to go into the trap. B-Pot's trying to kite this one back out. He'll get hooked in, headshot, and finished off by the tower. P-Clay, or Oath is kind of caught. That was really weird. Off of directed camera. Didn't see what happened to him. Death Divide, that's a huge knock up onto P-Clay and Matsuro. B-Pot's trying to kite around on the back of the fight. Does headshot down the Nico. P-Clay is low, trying to run away from the tentacle, and it's just not enough.
Oh,
it's
wow.
a triple kill for Feathers and Fur. Meanwhile, Gid is just pushing down this bottom lane tower, beating it with his bare hands while being shot.
And that was a fight started by ROTM with trying to pick off Astroho. Unfortunately, not having quite enough damage to be able to beat through the shield on the Pop Blossom. That's the ult, right?
Yeah.
Where's Pop Blossom the Q?
No, that's right.
Either way, it lasts a little bit too long. ROTM isn't able to get the kills, and this means that Rawr's actually starting up the Baron. They know that Gid was just bottom. He ended up resetting, so he is coming from base. And it's uncertain if ROTM knows. There are some anonymous pings going down on the Baron.
Yeah,
But
looks like
Suro's
they're
walking
headed there.
in.
Ooh, that hook, they know this is Nico now, at least. Trying to zone off, teleport being invested here. That'll be Rosalina looking to join. Gid in the area, just beating down on Astro. Hook lands onto Rosalina, trying to pull him in. They've abandoned the Baron, and now the chase is on for ROTM. Oath hits the Nether Grasp, the big skill shot there. B-Pot's able to be the recipient of that. Doki sacrifices himself maybe to get the rest of the team out, but it's a double kill for B-Pot's. Gid in a little bit of trouble. He dives into the backline. Astro gets hit, killed by Ace in the hole. It's a triple kill for B-Pots, but they're able to successfully defend. They take down Gid and Matsuro, so a 3 for 2, all things considered. It's kind of a weird little trade.
Yeah, ultimately RTM's just happy to get Rawr off of the Baron, making sure they aren't able to quite finish it. It's getting a little bit close. I think it was down to about 3.5k HP. But the fight going in their favor as well is just frosting on the cake. That said, Feathers and Fur on this Alawi has been extremely scary in these fights. The kills that they are picking up is usually because of this Alawi just being such a massive frontline and doing quite a bit of damage. You know, it still has that finished GA that hasn't been popped yet, well on her way towards the Sterix. You know, normally Alawi has a lot of trouble contributing to team fights, but with how strong she is right now, could very well still be quite formidable for RTM to deal with.
Dragon spawning in 43 seconds. Looks like it's going to be the next point of contention. Matsuro finds the hook onto Feathers and Fur. This would be a huge shutdown if they're able to get it. Ignite makes sure that she can't heal. She's trapped and stunned in silence and can't pull the ultimate. Now on top of the trap and the GA. That's about as well played as you can do in that situation. One big tentacle slap is all that they'll have to pay for the big shutdown onto Oath.
Yeah, and everything I had said before about Rawr relying on Alawi to be a driving force in these team fights now doesn't matter as Alawi's
walking
dead.
Forward, the Nether Grasp gonna pull in Magic Claps. He gets a shield, flashes in, looking for a little bit of damage, but not able to find anything. B-Pots, excuse me, is legendary, and now the Dragon started up. Piclay's in the side lane, split pushing. Nobody can match him. This is a really good setup for ROTM. But the counter from Rawr is going to be to shove mid lane right now. The Eye of Sauron going to hit and slow up Matsuro and Oath and make sure that they can't really continue. Sheila going to be summoned and slams into the mid lane tower, and Rawr forced to flee out of the top side of the grid.
And ROTM loses nothing. They got the picks. They had the setup around the Dragon. They're able to secure the fight win before the fight even starts, as well as get the soul. And now they're looking at Baron as well. And they're starting it up.
Yeah, Baron's
Rawr did just have a couple people recall, so
they do this at an okay speed, I would say, very averagely. With the Kraken Slayer, Caitlyn, and the Leandries on Malzahar. It's down to 3,000, down to 2. Feathers and Fur around the side. Has that ultimate available, the big test of spirit. In comes the Doki into the pit, but Gid is able to secure the Baron. Doki in trouble on the backside as Magic Claps goes in, looking for B-Pots on the backside. Everybody dashing around, but the fight looks like it's going to ROTM. Rosalina in stasis means that he's just gonna die at the end. B-Pots has the ace in the hole. It'll, just chunk Magic Claps. Gid feeling empowered, running forward with the Rolling Thunder. He doesn't even need the Q as he hits the Thunder Strike thing. Doki gonna get hooked in, flayed in, and Oath will finish him off with his space aids. That's an ace from ROTM. Out of nowhere, the 50-50 Gid just the smite of steel there. Gid smiter? Gid Baron smiter? I had a joke prepared and then I fumbled it.
that's alright. RTM, this game was really close about 2 minutes ago, but you know, after everything snowballed off of that pick from Alawi in the bot side tribe rush, you know, and it's all just gone downhill for Rawr since then. Losing the 50-50 is just, you know, icing on the cake. But it's really hard for Rawr to even win these team fights once RTM got Infernal Soul. We saw even with Yone getting onto B-Pots there in that last fight, was able to land the ultimate and put out a little bit of damage. Didn't have enough to actually finish off the Caitlyn. And once he's diving in without too much survivability, he just almost gets one shot with all these Infernal Souls on the other team. And it's looking very bleak for Rawr right now.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to come back. Their team comp not the best scaling that has ever been seen, but a couple of options, especially if you can find a big Alawi ult, if you can find some, you know, miracle Yone damage, because that champion just does a lot of things. But it's the shove in from ROTM into mid lane. Piclay on the bottom lane as well, trying to sync up these minion waves. They already have the inhibitor down in mid lane, so this isn't super necessary, I would say, from Return of the Middle Sticks, but continuing to pressure anyway. Hook from Metsuro not going to
Doki
land, but
behind.
Doki from the side forces B-Pots into the fight. He's able to kite successfully back out using his flash. Meanwhile, Magic collapses low. Hook not quite going to connect onto him. Gid has kited back and is able to save private B-Pots on the backside of the fight. Rosalina flashes forward for the Bird Bomb but doesn't connect. Gid is in. He finds the double kill. Gid Yone Slayer there as they'll come forward. Metsuro trades with with Rosalina as they're looking for a little bit more. Underneath the tower, B-Pots is legendary. The last one alive is Doki, and now Zombie Scion, the last defender of Rawr's base. RTM gonna take game number 1 kind of... I don't... They played really well around 2 objectives and just blew the game wide open.
I think that a lot of it comes off of just the early dragon control that they had. They were the first team to it every time. They got their setups good, and they were able to just secure those neutral objectives for a win condition. So once Alawi does get caught out, you know, it isn't just the shutdown that they got. They also get, you know, the soul itself, as well as the Baron, as well as everything else. Just, uh, you know, really well played there by RTM.
Yeah, B-Pots and Metsuro put on a clinic bottom lane, and then Gid just the clutch smites, able to take one of the dragons as well as the Baron, and essentially 50-50 straight up situations. So really well done by him. That said, we'll take. It's going to be a little bit longer break. I think my wife is home with some groceries, so going to fumble around for a little bit. But we'll be back in just a couple minutes with game number 2. RTM on match point, looking to take down Rawr and finish the first round robin undefeated. Oh God, I can't find the right screen. There it is.
A real champ game too, man. How you gonna do Malzahar like that? And how are you gonna act like Xerath is more of a real champion than Malzahar? I mean, come on. Oh, sorry. Spoilers for the draft. That we'll see in a minute here. Did Scion TP once? I didn't see it. I don't think I saw him TP once. Hey, true. You guys did beat the game 1 curse. Does that reverse the curse though? Does that mean that then you lose the next 2 games? So that'd be tragic if that were the price you had to pay to finally win game 1. Oh, true. Maybe the alcove ward. But I still don't. You could just use like a normal word. You know, put it a little bit further back. Plus, that's not really like a good TP word for Scion, right? Like, you can't ult from there. I don't know. It's strange. Maybe they're relying on you just, if you were TPing there, you just being entirely unable to see that he was channeling it. Ults after the Caitlyn was shut down. Okay. So he used it at least once. I mean, that's something. You know, really getting his really getting his mileage out of it. AB pods, aren't they buffing Caitlyn next patch? Are you excited for that? What's the buff? 80 per level and attack speed per level? That's not like awful, I guess. Is that 9% attack speed and 9 AD at level 18? It probably doesn't matter that much. Probably really fat. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at level 5, it's what, like 2 AD and 2% attack speed buff? It's not nothing, but I don't know if it's that big. I think the bigger thing is just that all of her competition is getting nerfed out, right? Like, Samira is getting gutted next patch, Kais is getting nerfed. So, I think that we will see a lot of Caitlyn. I'm just not sure how much of it will be due to those buffs in particular. Right, attack speed's okay, but it's not even a dagger at level 18, right? Doesn't dagger give... How much attack speed does dagger give now? So right now dagger gives 12%. So at level 18, you aren't even getting a free dagger. Right? Because you're getting 9% attack speed. And then you get almost a longsword in AD, again at level 18 though. So again, like, it's not nothing, but I think it's much more that every other ADC that's good is getting nerfed. We're just gonna see Caitlyn and Jhin for the entire patch. And maybe Jinx. They gave Jinx her base HP back. I mean, who's really sad for Samira, though? I've been saying since day one that they just needed to make it so that her W doesn't get rid of projectiles that originate from inside of it. I think if Gragas gets on top of her, she shouldn't be able to W his barrels. Well, true, Sen is still really good.
Alright, sorry about that. It's fucking freezing, by the way. Would not recommend running out in your t-shirt and grabbing groceries.
You didn't even put on a hoodie or a coat or nothing?
No, I just YOLO'd it basically and then regretted it immediately. Yeah, do you want to look at draft for game number 2?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, it's up on the stream. So, Thresh got banned. That's probably reasonable, considering what we saw in game number 1. The rest of this is still... It's a more traditional comp from Rawr. But yeah, I guess, what are you seeing? What do your Elfis see?
So they selected Alawi again, but they blinded it this time, which I guess why did they kind of blinded it last time? They might have thought that it was against Volibear. But it seems like a strange, I don't know, maybe their top laner just really likes Alawi. You don't see it much nowadays, so I'd sort of expect it to be more of a blind or more of a counter pick, but yeah. Either way, their bot lane really strong. MF and Rel are a really strong combo that we've been seeing a lot in higher elo as well as in Europe and in LCS. If they're able to wombo, they absolutely have the wombo. They have the tools to be able to wombo. So, in their team fights, even if they're a little bit behind, should be pretty scary for ROTM, I think.
Yeah, they have the old Curse of the Sad Bullet Time comp with MF and Amumu, so we'll see if they can pull something like that off for RTM. Again, a lot of comfort, but the new pick is going to be the Mordekaiser for P-Clay.
Which Mordekaiser should be a pretty good matchup into Alawi, because Alawi can never ult. Once you ult as Alawi, Mordekaiser's able to ult you and you sort of lose all of your tentacles. So, it becomes much more difficult to be able to actually kill Mordekaiser. But yeah, I think Mordekaiser makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens then. Game number 2 between Return of the Middle Sticks and Rawr. Not live, it's from recording on stream. I don't know why I was about to say that. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Alright. I just hit play. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. On the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 2, is Return to the Middle Sticks, looking to close out the series and improve to 5-0 on the year. P-Clay in the top lane on Mordekaiser, Gid in the jungle on Vi, Oath in mid playing Xerath and B-Pots, and Matsuro 5 in the bottom lane playing Caitlyn and Leona.
And on red side, we have Rawr trying to climb back into this series. Feathers and Fur reprising his role on the allowing the top lane. Doki, FTW, playing Amumu in the jungle with Teleport again. Magic Lap's playing the Zoe in the mid lane. And then Winter 07 and Astro on that MF Rel bottom lane. It's already B-Pots. Ooh.
B-Pots eats the bandage toss, but not the, there wasn't the CC chain there, so able to flash out.
Altogether, a better level 1 than last game, where Gid had lost his life. This time around, B-Pots only lost his flash, Maybe by game 3, we'll be able to avoid losing anything at all at level 1.
Yeah. Winter 07 subbing in for Rawr. We'll see if that changes things significantly for them. Oh, P-Clay gonna walk in, Feathers and Fur at level 1. They hit the Arcano Pulse, and that'll be it.
And Gid is still there at the red buff. Is he gonna try to clear it? No, he started Q and he's going to his own blue, so he's gonna be starting Leashless, which is gonna slow him down, not to mention starting Q on Vi is sort of the one ability you really don't want to start on Vi. So his clear in the early game is gonna be very slow, very behind. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on, especially against Doki on the Amumu. Amumu can clear pretty quickly, so should be able to get somewhat of a lead, at least in this first clear.
I'm waiting for a time when I can say the entire copy pasta without being interrupted by something in the game, so it'll be a second. I see it. I'm sorry.
You have to wait for this bottom lane, because ROTM, they're going to push for level 2 and instantly engage.
Yeah.
2 minions to go. 1 minion.
This is the slowest level 2 pressure? Alright, well.
Wow, they didn't engage. I'm disappointed, frankly.
Although P-Clay in the top lane is going to engage. He's getting the better of the trade. Needs the bonkening onto Feathers and Fur. The flash is still available for Alawi. There it is.
That's a really good trade there by P-Clay.
Oh, and the sleep onto Oath. Attack for a little bit of extra damage. Okay, everyone, listen up. Return to the Middle Sticks. Gonna hop off their post, walk out of the cornfield, and caw on your asses. Y'all ever experienced a deep suck? Well, you're about to get the slurp of a lifetime from this ROTM squad. I know what I'm talking about too, since my name is Liposuction Lane. Then after we've drained all of your life juice, our crow storm will come down and eat your lifeless carcasses. Caw, caw, caw! Hashtag ROTM fighting.
I'm glad that you do those. You put so much into it. I respect the hell out of it. It's good. So Gid's path there, he did his top side 3 camps, and then walked straight top. He said, fuck red buff, fuck the AoE camps bottom, I don't need them. I'm just gonna go top and try and punish this Alawi who has no flash. Is able to get Peakley a little bit more of a lane advantage there. Alawi has
No
a
magic
no magic mantle?
Yeah.
Did he start that?
Yeah.
That's certainly a decision. Oh, Gid's on his way back up. Has flash.
Oh, not able to connect on the Vault Breaker. Peakley still has the pressure, has the passive burning, and the bonkening for first blood.
Yeah, and efficient clearing doesn't mean anything if you're able to just pick up kills for your laners instead. Now Peakley is very far ahead.
Ooh, combo onto B-Pots as they're getting him a little bit low. The love tap stacking up along with the ignite, but B-Pot's able to stay alive. Now Matsuro hits the stun trying to get back out, but the remount from Astro into the double tap, they can't quite shred through Matsuro with all of that extra damage reduction. Knock in from the Vault Breaker, flash forward. Oh, just not quite able to connect on the stun.
And Gid has been very active so far. He finished clearing out top, immediately walks mid and gets a gank there where he burns the Zoe's barrier. Extremely active so far, and he's just now walking into the bottom half of the map for the first time. He might find Doki.
Yeah, Doki hits the bandage toss, able to step in front of the Vault Breaker as well. They're looking to get onto Gid. Do they actually have the damage to take him down? There's the press the attack proc, the double up. He's got a second bandage toss, and they'll finish off Gid. So they grab the pick onto ROTM's jungler, and it looks like they'll try to swing back around for the dragon.
They should be able to pick this up pretty easily. There's no one here to contest it from ROTM. Oath is on reset, and then Gid, of course, just got caught, so... Should be an early dragon going the way of Rawr, which... ROTM really relied on the dragons in the early game last game in order to propel them towards a win condition, so...
Oh, the dragon
flipping the script here.
Yeah, dragon reset a little bit on there.
Oh my god.
He's out. Alright.
It actually took them a million years to actually be able to kill that dragon, just no damage coming out. Oh, is Doki
yeah, Matsuro's still looking for the initiation onto Doki, but everybody's still hanging around, and Matsuro's going to pay for that one. B-Pot's just going to disengage for now, but another little overextension from ROTM. Going to hand over another kill to Rawr, and it's a much better early game for them. They're up 500 gold as well as the dragon early on.
Yeah, definitely going in their favor. Ooh. Everywhere except for top lane. Top lane's still a little bit scary for Rawr, but the rest of the map going really well. Oh, magic tops.
Wasn't his flash?
Zoe. Yeah. You see the flash, he stops. Yeah, you forget it's Zoe. Yeah, Rawr should be feeling pretty good here. Especially, oh, that one was the real flash.
That was the real flash, and just not quite able to connect on the Sleepy Trouble bubble. I feel like I don't cast very many Zoes, which is weird as prevalent as she is.
I feel like not a whole lot of people play her, honestly. I feel like her prevalence throughout the years has gone down. She's not particularly easy to play.
That's true.
As much as we love to meme about her missing every single skill shot and still one-shotting people, she definitely can be punished if you mess up your abilities. If you miss your bubble, then you kind of have no defensive abilities left. But yeah.
The gold lead's gone, by the way, just because right clicks. Feathers and fur. Bought a QSS at level 6. And that's his item.
So it gives you MR.
Yeah.
And it stops Mordekaiser's ult, obviously. So maybe this allows Alawi to ult first in a fight. and then she can leave the Death Realm and still have access to her tentacles.
Yeah,
So it's not
and
the worst
do
thing in
you
the
do
world.
any damage with those tentacles though?
Um, yeah, I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
But Peakley, built the bad item.
Ooh.
So he.
Everfrost off of the pickup, and Magiclap's
Oh
gonna find the
wow,
kill with the Battle Star. The solo kill in mid lane for the Zoe.
it was an interesting chaining of abilities. Popping the bubble with the guaranteed root from Everfrost was really interesting. Oh, Feathers
Used
and
by
Fur.
Gid. They pull in Feathers and Fur. Got the ult and the immediate QSS.
Ooh.
That's Captain Jack there. Flash forward though for Peakley, and it's gonna bonk him down. So Peakley 2-0 on the Mordekaiser. Showing up even though she got the item to hard counter him, right?
Yeah, I mean, he at this point though he already had a pretty big lead. Just looking at the items, he's essentially up that full uh, blasting wand rather. And Gid really has just been applying so much pressure in this top lane, showing up again. That time the lane gank using his ult. And our team's just putting a lot of pressure on this top lane, and Peakley's has a lead to show for it. So it should be
Doki
pretty
gonna
good for
walk
him.
in. Feathers and Fur not particularly close, but he's gathered up the minions so the Feathers and Fur can farm them, I guess. Ooh, just snares him outside of turret range. Looking for the 1v2. In comes the leap of faith from Feathers and Fur. Trying to track down Peakley, has the slow, just not quite enough damage for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason the QSS Alawi and Sunfire Amumu didn't quite have enough damage to take down Peakley there.
Well, Dragon spawning in 50 seconds. We'll see if either team has a big priority on that timer. It looks like both junglers, at least in the area, so we could see some fireworks down there. Peakley has teleport. Feathers and Fur also has teleport. So does Doki.
That's the beauty of the teleport jungle, that sort of not enough people have put the time in to teleport jungle. As you can see, he could in fact go to the other side of the map and still show up to this objective. So I feel like he's not taking full advantage of it, honestly.
Yeah,
Whereas Oath is kind of a scary spot.
Yeah, caught maybe a little bit able. That's a good flash over the wall to try to get back to his team, but now he's trapped in the dragon pit. Doki looking for the engage. He doesn't have his ult just yet. The bullet time ripping through Matsuro. Magiclaps finally goes forward. Oath on the other side, kind of trapped in the pit. Gid looking for Magiclaps, just not quite able to find him. Arcanopulse is, and it's a big shutdown for Oath. He gets the Shock Orb as Peakley's here, trying to turn the fight. He'll pull somebody into the Death Realm. Rel just comes back and is able to finish off Oath. Winter and Peakley scrapping it out, and they'll have a murder-suicide.
And that fight should have gone so far in Rawr's favor, except Peakley teleported down. Feathers and Fur didn't match the teleport. And then Oath sat in the dragon pit for so long. His positioning was so awkward, and it felt like at any point Rawr could just turn and kill him. But he was one of the last people to actually end up falling on the side of RotM, able to put out so much damage. Felt like Rawr just kind of forgot about him.
Yeah, now Doki wandering through the jungle, gonna find Matsuro. I don't think that the Leona's gonna particularly worry him too much, but he still hasn't recall. He's got the teleport, so he can take the late recall, right?
Yeah, I think he should recall right now, teleport back. His team is on the way. You can still play for this dragon. Unfortunately, he's very low on HP, so he needs to recall. What is he doing? He's literally just standing there. He's actually just he could have recalled and teleported back.
He could have, but he didn't. Oh, he got the honey fruit. He was waiting for the honey fruit to spawn.
He does have Curse of the Sad Mummy available this time around.
Yeah, but now
and bullet time's
up. You'll have Curse of the Sad bullet time if RTM chooses to pick the wrong engagement. Doki is still super low, but he hits the bandage toss on top, hits the Curse of the Sad Mummy. There's no bullet time with it, but they're still shredding through. There's the bullet time. They find B-Pots. The Zera, the ult, is able to trade one back. Matsuro in a little bit of trouble, gets knocked back by Astro, and will be finished off. Gid flies in from off-screen, will trade back. They actually find 2 kills. It's just Magic Claps left, but the Ignite that he picks up is enough to finish that one off, and now the mid lane 1v1 in the bottom side jungle is Peakley and Feathers and Fur gonna scrap it out. Peakley getting much better in this trade. Needs one more Q to hit, and he does for the solo kill. Oath, meanwhile, kiting away from Magic Claps. Oh, but not quite successfully takes that paddle star to the face, and it's the shutdown and another kill for Magic Claps.
And while that was going on, Doki expending the teleport to get topside, and it started up the Rift Herald. But that dragon is still up on the bot side of the map. Nobody has ended up securing it. No one's had significant enough a team fight win to be able to turn around and actually finish it. So we'll see if the teams line up again for 3rd time's the charm on the 2nd dragon.
Yeah, Doki got the Herald. That's
just in time, you know, 14 minutes has passed, so no more plates. Kind of unlucky on that, but Kirsten's Sad Mummy's still down for a little bit, so if they do want to fight, Rawr is going to have a bit of an uphill battle, not to mention Magic Claps reset kind of late. No one's here to defend it. RTM's just going to be able to secure this for free.
Feathers and Fur looking for the engagement in top lane. The Dragon's gone down in favor of RTM. Magic Clap's looking for Matsuro. That's a lot of damage, but he's in a little bit of trouble. Forced to use the stasis. The Shock Orb able to find him, but it's a big stun from Doki and Astro as they're getting the suck in with the Magnet Storm. Winter's able to turn around, finish off Oath, and get the double kill. That was a weird little fight. They get the Dragon, but they pay for it in a 4-for-1.
It seemed like honestly a bad fight for Rawr to even take at the beginning, but you know, they were able to kite it out, I suppose, and have just enough damage to be able to take down 4 members of ROTM. Now things are going their favor. Even though they didn't get the dragon, they are getting damage off on this mid turret, but Peakley's coming around behind and he has his ultimate available. It looks like Rawr's going to be able to get out in time, and yeah, after that Rawr looking at a 1.6k gold lead, so, you know, perhaps back on top here.
Perhaps?
Perhaps. Well, I mean, you know,
they have a gold lead. Like, that, they're objectively ahead. They're even in dragons. Nobody's taken a tower.
Oh my god, he has to burn flash.
Oh,
there?
no!
Oh, minion! Secret Service cannon minion! Oh, it was a melee. Wow.
Alright, Oath needs to pay off that melee minion, though.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, melee minions 1v9. Out there,
Out here sacrificing himself for Oath. I mean, I guess you can't buy him dinner, because he's dead now, but, Magic Claps?
Oh.
That's not his flash, so don't worry. But he's able to dodge out of the Vault Breaker. And that's the first tower of the game, and it might be shortly followed by the 2nd tower if they're not careful. Peakley, although able to return and chase off Feathers and Fur. Yeah.
So sort of just looking at everything here, RotM's entire gold lead, it appears. Oh, we see another
1v1 in the top lane. The Tentacle Slam's doing quite a bit of damage for it. Flash forward from Peakley, but he's able to get the solo kill and just barely live. That was a weird... It gave him 324 gold? And I don't understand that total, but,
maybe he killed the minion at the same time.
Oh, maybe.
With his Q. Oh, Beepod's getting engaged onto.
Yeah, Astro with the Magnet Storm. Oh, the interruption!
MF?
I think yeah, she interrupted her own ult in the bottom lane, though. Oath is in trouble. Gid trying to scrap this one out, trying to track down Magic Claps. He's got the Chilling Smite to get a little bit of distance. Paddlestar not able to connect. The Vault Breaker a little bit short as well. Dodges out of the bubble and then walks into it to die. Oh, no.
I was going to say, all of ROTM's lead, all of their advantages in the top lane, where Mordekaiser just almost got solo killed by an 0-3 Alawi, which is a little bit scary. Because looking at this mid lane, looking at this 80 carry, Rawr's carries are so far ahead. Zoe, once she recalls here, is going to have a finished up Zanya's. And then Misfortune as well has the completed item, is sitting on another half of an item in gold in her in her pockets. And the next time she recalls.
Magic Collapse? Right of the arcane over the top. One is hit already, and I don't know why you would use your ult. That's just going to secure a second one. So Oath gets the trade kill back, and that's a pretty big shutdown for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, setting the Zoe behind a little bit, feels pretty good. Oh, Zoe's going for Horizon Focus, which isn't the most horribly gold efficient item. Okay, watching him work through his inventory, he sold and bought the same item like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, well, he wound up on a Needless and the Hextech Alternator. I'm not really sure what Hextech Alternator is. Is it like a bracelet? No, Horizon Focus is the bracelet. I make it bigger.
It looks like a badge. It kind of looks like the Iron Man thing. The chest.
You just wear it on your chest and you do extra damage?
I'm not saying you have to wear it on your chest. You could probably wear it anywhere. I don't know necessarily how it does extra damage, but it's there, and it does extra damage.
Yeah, Rawr is set up for this dragon number 2 for them if they're able to secure it in the first mountain dragon of the game. Teleport channeled in by Oath as Gid is collapsing from the opposite side. Peakley just grabbing the mid wave for right now. Dragon still not started up, did get leashed briefly. Oath, the stand still sidestep on the bandage toss, but in comes Astro. It's a big CC chain, but they're only really targeting Matsuro. Now Peakley is here, he pulls Doki into the Death Realm. Get onto the backline, looking for Magic Collapse, bonks him back into the team, but not quite able to finish him off. The kite on the backline is strong. Meatpots and Oath able to stay alive. Peakley still very strong right now. Gets that huge shield, gets the bonk onto Winner. They'll finish it off. It's an ace for RTM, a triple kill for Oath. And now what objectives are they going to look at?
They should be able to pick up the dragon here, and maybe that mid turret as well. But so much of that team fight was off of Peakley being in the back line of Rawr and just buying so much time, zoning them off for so long. They weren't able to contribute any damage to the fight, and Peakley somehow survives by the end of it. Really well played team fight by ROTM while behind. After that ace, they're only ahead 200 gold, which sort of illustrates how far behind they were. Now completely evened up, and even slightly in favor of ROTM.
Yeah, they'll take down the mid lane turret. Might give them a little bit of access to Doki's jungle, although neither jungler farming super great this game.
Definitely not, but yeah. They're picking up what they can. Head toward the items. CDR boots on Amumu. A lot of champions have been going to Lucidity boots more often, just because CDR is a little bit harder to get your hands on. So the 20 CDR just for completing your boots it feels pretty good on most champions.
Bubble on to Matsuro. They're gonna get the CC chain and they'll eventually get the pick. Winter finishes him off. That's his 7th kill of the game. MF very strong right now, sitting on the Gale Force plus the serrated, well, most of the completed next item that I can't think of the name of.
It's going to be a collector, and should have the money to complete it next time she's in base. So very strong, this Misfortune. Very strong. Looking at Oath's inventory is a little bit interesting, as he sort of has the components for multiple different items
maybe
there.
Cut out, able to Vault Breaker over the wall. Rawr set up the bush bait, and then they got tired of waiting for the bush bait, so they were looking for the catch and not able to find it. Now maybe circling back to Baron. Oath doesn't really have a way to join. He's got his Right of the Arcane, so he's got a little bit of range he can flex in there, but Doki has inadvertently started up the Baron in the meantime. It looks like they're back looking for another bush bait.
Yeah, but our team has that crab, so they saw them walk away. They know that they're not on it, so... Well, it can be great to set up like this, especially with a champion like Zoe, who really excels when teams are face checking her.
In comes Doki, big Curse of the Sad Mummy, the bullet time ripping through with the Magnet Storm. Piclay able to survive by going into the Death Realm, but they've already taken down Gid. Matsuro will fall next, and they're trying to track everybody else down. Piclay is still alive in the back lane. He's still tearing through. He gets the big pullback. It's a big Arcano pulse to finish that one off. A double kill for Piclay as Beepots finishes off another. The ace in the hole comes through. Triple kill for Piclay. What a play by the Mordekaiser.
Wow, that was such a good fight for Rawr for the first half of it, but they overextend a little bit, and Piclay again just creating so much time in the backline, gets a massive pull into the Arcano Pulse from the Xerath, means that they're able to turn that fight around, and somehow our team, after getting caught out, are the ones that are actually on Baron now.
Yeah, they don't do it super quickly with these 3 members, but they're burning it down fast enough. It looks like Doki on the way. He's got his teleport available, but he doesn't... Oh, he's got a teleport ward behind. Why doesn't he pull the trigger on that? My man, go for it.
Yeah, the teleport's more of an aesthetic choice.
That's
as RTM is going to be able to make their escape with those empowered recalls.
Oh, they get the interruption on a couple. Beepots is in trouble. He flashes out to the side, hits the net onto Winter. Gid is here just to zone off the MF. They actually save Beepots in that situation.
Wow.
Oh,
after
maybe not
the
permanently.
Doki
on the hunt. He gets knocked back by the Vault Breaker. They spot Beepots? No, they don't. They're not going to engage on that one. Rawr still has the run of the map right now. Some recalls need to be come through here for RTM to spend some money. But there's just not really that pressure right now from Rawr.
Yeah, spend some money and, perhaps set up to be able to utilize the Baron that they just picked up. We'll see how much our team's able to get off this. Is for the first time they're looking at a pretty significant gold lead, 3k in their favor this game. Oh, but are they going to face check again?
Setting up for another bush bait. Oh, not quite able to find the paddle star. That kind of gives away the game there. They're going to pull in Piclay's Spirit and start to beat on it. That'll be a decent chunk of damage onto the Mordekaiser before the fight starts. Is that not max? That didn't look like it did any damage. Or maybe the shield is just that big. I don't want to check right now, though, because Matsuro getting engaged on. He'll have his Spirit Bolt. We'll get to see again. Yeah, that's just not slapping very much. I want a chance to click on it.
It is max.
Yeah, it is max. Okay, it's just not slapping like I'm used to seeing. I guess that's just how far behind. Has the Silvermere Dawn along with the Goredrinker, and that's it.
Yeah, finish up the item.
Doki going in over the wall, looking, gets the double Curse of the Sad Mummy, but MF is interrupted. The damage just isn't coming through. Is Gid able to interrupt on the backline? Piclay pulls somebody into the Death Realm. He's in there with Magic Claps, hits him with the Bonk, and feathers him for the last one alive. Hits the Alawi ult to end the fight, and that just doesn't really work out that way. It's a double kill for Piclay and the ace for Return to the Middle Sticks.
In Rawr, they have the big Wombo combo. They're fishing for it there. Doki got a little bit impatient, went in, got the ult off onto Oath, but Oath was able to Zanya's through the what little of the bullet time channel there was, as Gid also was able to cancel it out. And Rawr has been having a lot of trouble really setting up this Wombo. They've gotten it a couple times, and when they get it, they usually wipe the team fight, but the last few haven't been able to get it. And ROTM gets the dragon, gets the turrets mid, they're pushing in, gonna back off before the inhibitor, but everything going their way now, almost a 7k gold lead.
Yeah, and it just seems like there's always some intervening force stopping that full Wombo from coming out, because the damage is completely reliant on the MF bullet time, right? Just the Curse of the Sad Mummy and the Rel combo, they're good, but they don't do the damage. And MF keeps getting interrupted, whether it's Gid diving in with the Assault and Battery, get pulled into the Death Realm by Piclay, or one fight, just canceling it. It's just not coming through, and some of the tools finished up for ROTM to help survive that. The Zanya's for Piclay. That stopwatch from Oath in the last fight was really clutch. Yeah, anyway, I've said my analysis piece. Let's hear you.
I think you're right. Definitely right. And if Oath is able to complete the Zanya's and have that available for the next fight, these are just sort of the tools that are countering the Wombo combo from Rawr that they're very reliant upon. The only other option would be to wait for their Zoe to get some poke off. Their Zoe was extremely strong. Now, not as strong, and sort of fell behind in items compared to Oath, but it still has that potential for picks if they're able to set up around it. Just seems like Rawr isn't really committing to that. It seems like they get a little antsy, try to pull the trigger on the Wombo, and Unfortunately, when your MF isn't able to one-shot everyone, they just sort of run out of damage.
Collector and QSS finished for winter now, so a little bit of a power spike coming in, maybe a little safety from the Mordekaiser ultimate. Magic Lapse searching for the bubble, not quite able to find anything just yet, as the dragon, I actually don't know why we're here other than the Scuttle Crab exists, but that's going to be stolen by Magic Lapse.
Oh, and that's the bubble landing.
Matsuro trying to play linebacker successfully even, and he'll escort Oath out.
And Magic Lapse didn't want to commit to it. Didn't have enough of her team nearby or to back her up. So just heading back to that mid lane, getting that prio, pushing that in, and making sure RTM doesn't have a wave to push with.
Well, 26 to 21. It's about a 6,000 gold lead for Return to the Middle Sticks. Still feels like there's a winnable fight for Rawr, though, because of the amount of AoE that they have.
And absolutely, it's still, there's that pipe dream of, you land the Rel ult into MF and a Mumu ult, and you just sort of blow everyone up, especially with MF completing the Collector means that if anyone gets low, there's a lot of execution going on in that ultimate. So definitely something our team needs to be wary of, especially when they're pushing in. If we look at the vision that Rawr set up, they have quite a bit of good vision in RotM's topside jungle. If they're able to set up vision like this and play around it, either setting up for the Wombo or just setting up for Zoe combos, this is sort of their win condition. It's good that they're setting up the vision. However, it's something that they haven't really been playing around so far, as our team is just sort of going to be able to walk in and clear it out for free.
Yeah, Baron has spawned now. Neither team completely on the ball when it spawns, but both teams kind of filtering their way toward the pit. P-Clay a little bit separated. Oh, Oath is all the way back in base right now, so they have to be a little bit careful about picking a fight before he can get there. Now probably in range of Right of the Arcane, so they'll at least have some damage to come through if they do pick the fight. But Doki and Oath gonna shove the waves mid lane at each other, and Oath has to be a little bit careful. The rest of the team swinging around. Our team counter swinging back through the blue buff area. The tension here around this fight that'll probably decide the game.
It's palpable.
It is.
Neither team wants to be the one to make the misstep that's going to lead to the end of this game. So our team's trying to push in. Rawr is giving up position on it. Oh, they're running to the dragon. They're worried about losing that soul. Our team...
Yeah, Shock Orb gonna land onto Astro, do a lot of damage as P-Clay still kiting this one out. Has his soul pulled. Kind of caught in the 1v2. He's gonna pull Doki into the Death Realm just to make sure, but it's successfully navigated by them. He has the QSS available, but a big CC combo. There's just no damage from the MF ult. They've turned this one back around. Right to the Arcane over the top. Doki goes down. A double kill for Gid. A double kill for Oath, and that'll finish off the fight. Magic Lapse will fall at the end. A triple kill for Gid Shadeslayer, and they're onto the inhibitor. That'll be the game and the series for Return to the Middle Sticks.
And again, Rawr, they had the combo. They tried to one-shot P-Clay, but P-Clay's just been so tanky, so far ahead in this matchup this game. After Feathers and Fur had the better half of it last game. This time around, RTM played towards the top side, and P-Clay's been able to just be such a force. Too much for Rawr to deal with, and that's going to be it. RTM gone undefeated in their first half of the round robin.
Yeah, so RTM has now beaten every team once, and now the bigger challenge, I think, is your playbook's kind of out there, right? Teams have had this opportunity to kind of feel you out, and now that you're top of the table, you're going to get their best punch every week. So we'll see how the LAS boys are able to handle that pressure, but a big accomplishment, 5-0 in the first round robin, really well done by them.
Definitely.
So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with LRS. The Platinum Boys going to take on Team Bad Papas. You won't want to miss that. It'll take me a little bit longer than normal to load up, just because I'll have to change out some logos and stuff. But we'll be back in just a minute or two with that. Oh, I probably need to send you these drafts. There you go. I think they're in order.
Probably. Looks like it.
And then I need to make sure that I have the right games. 921. Okay. Sorry, almost there.
You're fine.
There's way too many logos for me to switch out.
Do you have like presets?
I do, but like I could make more. The issue is that the team we play changes every week.
True.
Okay, I've got that loaded up, and then I need to swap scoreboard, and then I'll be good to go. TBP. Did Hulk's sub just come through, or did he just follow the channel but had been subbed for 2 months before that? Either way, thank you. I don't know why I got a notification just now, but thank you. Sub first, follow later. That's a strat. I don't know that that's a common strat, but it is a strat. All right. You ready to look at the draft?
Absolutely.
Okay. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. LRS week number 5 about to start up. Return of the Middle Sticks taking on Team Bad Papas. Both teams come in at 3-1. This is single round robin, so it's going to decide kind of top of the table, like playoff style seeding teams. So a pretty important matchup, all things considered. And here's the draft for game number 1. ROTM getting the Thresh Callista lane. Feels pretty good. But what are you looking at for this draft?
So Thresh Callista is a pretty strong lane, but Samira Rel is also a premier lane. Rel and Samira have a ton of synergies. There's a lot of knockups and stuns within Rel's kit that they're all in can be really strong early. That said, Thresh sort of innately counters Rel. The big wind up on Rel's W can easily be flayed out of, if you're comfortable on Thresh. So I like this look from the RotM bottom lane. Thresh and then, of course, Kirsutis Callista. This should be a pretty good matchup there in the bot lane. Other than that, it looks pretty reasonable. Gragas jungle, it's a little bit interesting just because the meta right now is sort of having him anywhere but jungle. But you can still clear pretty well, so that's something to keep an eye on. It should be fine, but yeah, I think a lot of it's going to come down to this bottom lane matchup. I think that's going to be one of the premier ones to keep an eye on.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the game then. Game number 1 between Team Bad Papas and Return of the Middle Sticks. If you're ready, we'll go ahead and start.
I am ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the blue side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 1 are going to be Team Bad Papas. I'm So Gay in the top lane on Scion. Grip 1213 in the jungle on Kha'Zix. Bad Papa himself in the mid lane playing Orianna. And Hung Chad and Rip Tony Hawk in the bottom lane playing Samira and Rel.
Yeah, on the red side, we have ROTM with Cardinals 29, top lane on the Aatrox, Hulk playing that Gragas jungle, Wing Nation on the Vel'Koz in the mid lane, and then Karasuda and Points with the Callista Thresh bottom lane.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
These are some names. I'm gonna have to try not to laugh at some of them, but yeah, just the 5 points to start off for both teams, kind of feeling it out. Don't notice anything super weird going on with runes or with starting items. The big noteworthy thing I think is the Predator on Hulk. Means that he's going to be zipping around looking for those big belly bumps when he gets his boots online.
Definitely, which means we might see an early recall out of him. That used to be the thing when you were playing Predator Gragas, was to clear one side of your map, recall for the boots, and then go into the other side of your jungle. That way you already have the Predator Keystone ready by 3 minutes to look for that gank. So keep an eye, see if that's something he opts for, or if he just opts for a full clear.
Yeah, and that's always
But
kind of the struggle with going Predator, is that every other champion in the game gets their Keystone at level 1, and you don't until you buy boots.
yeah, it definitely doesn't feel great, especially for the days where you accidentally go magical footwear with it. Um, I'm not saying it's something I've definitely done, but maybe I've done that. Had to live through it. There's already the trades going down this top lane. Scion, Aatrox. Uh, Aatrox generally does pretty well in the tank lanes, so I'd imagine that it would go in his favor.
Yeah, Scion's got some range to him. It's just going to come down to who commits Qs first. Because if Cardinals uses his Darkened Blade to farm, he opens himself up to being hit by Decimating Smash. But if I'm So Gay opens with his Decimating Smash, he opens himself up to being hit by the Aatrox Qs. So um, it's like a mini game of chicken every couple of seconds to see who wants to use their Q, and both of them really need them to farm anyway. So Hook at level 2 gonna land from points as Rip Tony Hawk comes in, hits the knockup. Hung Chad was so low that Rend almost able to take him down, but they hit the level 2. They're staying a little bit healthy underneath tower.
And that was a great hook there by points, applying so much pressure onto the Samira under turret. They don't have Ignite, so the dive might be a little bit hard, but already, with that level 2 push as well as with that hook, ROTM coming out favorable here in the bottom lane. Oh. I'm going to be looking to crash that wave soon.
Yeah,
So
they're
we'll
still
see.
kind of shoved up. They would open themselves up to a gank if they were stuck down here for too much longer. Luckily for them, Grip on the complete other side of the map, farming out his Gromp, which, they could probably assume that he started on his red side, especially because they haven't seen him yet.
Oh, he's getting collapsed on here at the crab. Gragas is already there, and ROTM middle lane has pressure, so Kha'Zix's gonna get pushed off of that crab. You have to give that up, and we'll see if he's able to secure that bot side crab in exchange.
Yeah, so well done by Wing Nation to go ahead and support his jungler early on. That's the big synergy maybe we've been missing with Lexus.
Yeah, with Hulk making his debut within
his LRS debut. The big MVP campaign starts now for him.
Oh, his Grip already getting pushed off of this bottom lane as his
Points
bot
and
crab.
Karsuda here. Bad Papa
Ooh.
swinging around, but in comes Hung Chad. Gets flayed out of the W, but Karsuda a little bit separated from the rest of the team, has to be careful. Kiting away from the Lantern. This is going to open him up to get jumped on. Hung Chad in, looking for the damage. The knockup from Winged is good. They'll trade kills early on, but Points is stuck in with the rest of Team Bad Papas, and he'll fall. It's 2 for 1 in favor of the Bad Papas.
It started out really well in favor of ROTM. They were able to push Grip off of the second crab as well.
Winged still looking for it. Grip.
Oh,
Gets
no.
knocked by the belly bump, but doesn't get hit, importantly, by the knockup from Winged. The flash follow from Hulk will secure the kill. That was a really good timing on that belly bump from Hulk.
Yeah, the Gragas was in the bush, so Kha'Zix didn't see him. Ends up jumping straight into the Gragas body slam. Means that he doesn't have the damage to actually pressure Vel'Koz there. And it started out as great for ROTM, and then Kallista's positioning was a little bit bad and ends up going in favor of the Bad Papas, and then immediately afterwards with Hulk showing up, going back in favor of ROTM. As they're now looking at 300 gold lead, and yeah, getting that reset off. We see Hulk picking up the Hextech Alternator as well as the boots for that Predator, so he's going to have quite a bit of damage on the first gank that he comes up to. Already, in fact, using the Predator to just walk back to his jungle faster.
Yeah, fun little trades in the top lane. Cardinals and I'm So Gay both making sure they can hit all those abilities. Ult going to be popped by Cardinals. Looking for it. Hits the second Q. Not going to be able to find it because the unstoppable onslaught from I'm So Gay will get him away. Hook going to land onto Rip Tony Hawk. That's another good flay by Points as they're continuing to layer in some of the spears. The heal is going to keep the Rel safe. And Yeah, another good hook by Points, setting up a lot of damage,
Oh.
but in comes Orianna. The big shockwave will find Karasuda to start off with. Points will fall as well. Rel picks up one. The teleport in from Cardinals. He doesn't have the ult, doesn't have a whole lot of healing. Kind of left off in no man's land trying to kite back to his team. Hits the second Q, but he's going to get engaged on Hung Chad. Finds that kill. He'll dive on through. Hulk gets a little bit of crowd control. They're trying to kite this one out. Winged is relatively strong, but still only level 5. Hulk is caught in this bush and gonna get autoed down eventually by Hung Chad. That's 3 kills for the Samira on that fight. Grip hits the... that isn't the slow because he wasn't unseen, I guess.
And that's really bad for ROTM as it looked like they were ahead of the play. Hulk was in the bush waiting for Orianna to walk down. Oh, Grip is going to get found out here. He does have Smite, so he should still be able to... it doesn't look like he wants to secure it. Instead, just going to back up and grab this dragon instead. But it looked like RTM was ahead of the play. Unfortunately, the Wombo combo with the Orianna ult plus the Samira and Rel means that everything goes in favor of the Bad Papas. Now looking at a almost 2k gold lead and picking up that first neutral objective. Going to be feeling pretty good about themselves here.
Yeah, Points just kind of hunting Hung Chad around the side. Bad
Ooh.
Papa's dead. That's... yeah. Alright. The
That's
Wing
the
Nation
Velcom
gameplay
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get hit by one E and he is able to drop his entire combo and essentially one-shot you. It's very scary to deal with, as even though Hung Chad picked up a few kills there, hasn't had a chance to reset yet, so still getting pressured out here by the ROTM bot lane. But now headed back, gonna spend his money, picks up the Noon Quiver and the boots, so is ahead when we look at the inventories versus Karasuda, even though Karasuda now looking at a 15 CS lead in his favor.
Yeah, the combat stats just so far in favor of Hung Chad right now with the extra AD and attack speed from Noon Quiver now, compared to just the Zerker Greaves and Dagger from Karasuda. Callista gets a lot of value out of attack speed, but it's not nearly as much as just the raw power of the Hung Chad right now.
In a direct 1v1, you'd definitely expect it to go in favor of the Bad Papas. That said, the Samira's, I don't know if that's her E or her W, the circle around her, when it's on the jungler, it shows exactly where the jungler's at, so it was sort of inadvertently giving away that Kha'Zix was right there, so our team's going to be able to avoid that gank, but Kha'Zix still level 5 just now, in fact, hit level 6 at 9.5 minutes. You know, it doesn't feel super great.
Yeah, Hulk was able to secure the Rift Herald. They're going to drop it mid for some tower plates here at 9 minutes, and Winged and Hulk going to get a little bit of gold for themselves. Grip going aggressive, going to get knocked back by the explosive cask, and the geometry from Wing Nation will secure that kill. He's 2-0-2 on the Vel'Koz now.
Yeah, and Grip, for some reason, you know, with the ball on him, thought he could run straight into the two members of ROTM, but no dice.
Cardinals in a little bit of trouble. The anti-healing that I'm So Gay was able to pick up. He flashes over the Decimating Smash, and they're able to finish off that kill. Really well played by Cardinals 29.
Yeah, and with the Hulk coming in to sort of save the day there, as Cardinals had gotten extremely low off of that fight, but it's able to show up and secure the kill in favor of RTM as another E lands.
ult.
Vel'Koz experience.
Just doesn't quite have enough damage to finish that one off. Missed one of the triggers on his passive, so Orianna gets away this time, but a lot of people trying to step up into Vel'Koz, and Winged is showing them why that gets banned against him quite frequently. Tony Hawk not quite able to find the engage, but now flashes forward for the Magnet Storm. They've pulled in Points, but he'll get pulled back out by the Fate's Call. Still looking for the damage onto the Rel. Karasuda just kind of playing defense for Points, which is a little bit backwards, but
Samira is afraid to right-click for some reason. I feel like if she's able to stack up her passive there, they can look for the ult, but unfortunately not quite able to do so. Means that our team's bot lane, even though they're outstatted, comes out on top there, able to secure this plate as well. And just applying so much pressure with these picks. Well, Kha'Zix is on his way, but Hulk is already here to counter it.
Yeah, Grip hanging around in the tri-bush. Not going to be able to find a whole lot. The Kha'Zix pick not paying off super well for them. Flash forward from Points. He finds the hook. Gets the flay away onto Tony Hawk, but Rel has some CC in her kit, by the way, and points is going to fall on the side, though. The teleport in from I'm So Gay looking for it gets knocked away by the explosive cast. Karsuda in trouble. He'll get knocked around by Rel and taken down by Grip. So as I was flaming Grip, he picks up 2 kills.
Yeah, and that's off of just a little bit of over-aggression there from points. He landed the hook, got a little bit of the Lee syndrome, and ends up going underneath turret there, giving over a kill and sort of setting up his AD carry to die as well. Not ideal, especially since it's Samira. He's going to be able to recall here and finish up her shield bow. Is very much on a power spike. Is very strong right now. It's going to be hard for ROTM's bot lane to deal with. That said, Points is
here
mid.
Mid looking for Bad Papa. Already commits the flash. The hook not quite going to land. A good sidestep by Bad Papa, and he'll be able to escape. I wanted to talk about top lane itemization earlier because that's, you know, something I can talk about, but haven't got an opportunity to until now. And Cardinal's doing a really good job. He's got the 25 CS lead, a little bit extra just because I'm So Gay teleported to the bottom lane, but he had a CS lead before that. Grabs 3 turret plates. He's doing really well into this matchup despite I'm So Gay itemizing pretty well for it with the Bramble Vest.
Yeah, Bramble Vest can be pretty depressing for Aatrox, who, unlike other champions like Vladimir, can't afford to not auto-attack during his combos. So every time that he's auto-attacking, he's getting that Grievous Wound supplied. It makes him pretty sad, but so far, feeling pretty good about himself as he does have that completed Gore Drinker already, so very strong. Not to mention, TP, he's TPing behind.
Yeah, TPing behind right now into the Tri-Bush. We'll see if Bad Papas can get out right now. Hung Chad is going to be the first target. Points comes in with the Fate's Call. Gets the Flay. He's caught in the middle of everybody, but in comes Cardinals from this side. He's on top of Hung Chad. The Orianna ult is able to equalize a little bit, but 2 kills in favor of ROTM. Now they're on top of I'm So Gay, chunking him low and eventually down. A double kill for Karasuda, and now Bad Papa, the big target. He'll get knocked down by Cardinals at the end. 4 kills for Return to the Middle Sticks in that fight.
And so much of that was off of a great flank there from Cardinals, was able to get into the back line, pop the shield bow from Samira, and finish her off before she's able to actually get the stacks up for her ult. You know, Samira was on a massive power spike, but if you're never actually able to stack up your ult, your effectiveness on the champ goes significantly down as
Grip is looking for it, not quite able to find the assassination onto Wing Nation, and now just going to get autoed by points for the kill.
He was looking for it. Unfortunately, he goes in as soon as the turret goes down, so didn't have any backup, and a good flash away from Wing Nation means he's able to survive.
Wow. This game has turned very quickly in favor of ROTM. Now a 4,000 gold lead for them. They get the Dragon and the mid tower. They're cruising right now in terms of a gold advantage. It's one of those things where you might see the 10 kills to 9 and feel like you're not as strong as you are, but we'll see if RTM really plays like they have that advantage now.
Yeah, so much of that gold has been gotten from being able to secure those tower plates as well as that first tower in the mid lane. As Bad Papa might get flanked around here by Hulk. Looks like he's going to be able to walk away for now, but he is walking back up. Oh.
There's something happening in mid for sure. The Predator pop, Bad Papa gets hit by the Plasma Fission. The ultimate, not quite enough damage to burn through as he's got the Command Protect.
Not quite enough to finish him off, but still so much damage coming out from this Vel'Koz. Once he lands one ability, just the ult coming in is going to do so much damage. You know, and if our team was able to land any more abilities, you know, whether that was, you know, a little bit from Gragas or tiny bit more from Vel'Koz, then that's a very dead Papa there.
Yeah, Cardinals has Flash. He's actually feeling pretty comfortable in the 1v2 and pushing up in it. I'm So Gay assigned to mid lane, it looks like, for the time being, but Karsuda and Points going to be able to grab this top tower. Do they actually bring this down fast enough? Oh, if Points had autoed it, they would have prevented the teleport. Instead, Bad Papa just kind of shows up right as his tower dies, and Hulk and Wing Nation in the area. The 4v4 maybe happening in the top lane. Knock up over the wall onto Hulk. They get the Orianna ult as well, but Grip is the one that's going to pay for it. Autos that can't finish off the Gragas on the backside of this fight. Karasuda able to hit the Rend. I'm So Gay is trapped and will fall.
Yeah, and the Gragas isn't really the target that you want for your solo Orianna ult. Kazakhs jumping in, thinking that they could one-shot him, but Gregus has some survivability with the healing of the passive as well as the W damage reduction. Means he's able to survive it, walk out, and that's another kill going in favor of ROTM. A couple of them. They're going to be able to pick up this Rift Herald as well. Sort of everything going in their favor.
Yeah, even stealing away the blue buff of the bad Papas. That'll feel pretty good to have on Wing Nation. Cardinals is going to get that split push on the bottom lane. Maybe be able to take down this turret, although Grip is here to answer. He went Evolve Spikes first. How do you feel about that?
It's not the worst thing in the world. It's less aggressive. You know, you're playing more for the utility. You're playing to be that slow bot. It can be annoying, especially for a champion like Aatrox, to have to play into the Evolve Spike. Or if Kha'Zix is able to jump on the backline, then a champion like Vel'Koz or Kalista doesn't feel great with that massive slow. Unfortunately, that means, though, less damage coming out, less assassination potential, so, you know, perhaps a little bit less pressure overall from the Kha'Zix. Especially since he doesn't even have his completed mythic yet. Ooh, really nice W there from Hung Chad, means he's able to survive the death sentence.
Game's stalled out just a little bit here. 17:50 on the clock. Next objective is going to be the dragon in a minute. We see Hulk recalling in the jungle. The rest of ROTM kind of headed to positions for it. Cardinals will have teleport up very close to the spawn, I'm imagining. Maybe right before the spawn of the dragon. So that's, I think, what we're looking at here in 45 seconds already. ROTM is sweeping through, setting up some deep vision. This is going to be pretty perilous to walk into if you're anybody not named Scion.
And let's see if Kha'Zix checks the bush with his W or if he checks it with his face.
Just not quite there on the hook from points. So 30 seconds left on the spawn. They still have all of that vision that's being swept through. The Fate's Call. Bad Papa able to flash away from the knockup. The explosive cast doesn't connect, but they have more than enough damage anyway.
Every single ability there is going to be dodged out by the Bad Papa, but it doesn't matter. Our team lands what they need to, and they're able to get the pick right before this dragon. They also have the prio on the mid wave, so they should be able to push up there. You're actually using the Herald, so they're going to try and secure this turret.
Oh, that hook lands onto Hung Chad. They're on top of the Samir. He's got a flash away. Ultimate coming out from Tony Hawk, trying to get everybody away from the fight. There's just no damage being returned on to return to the middle sticks, and it's a double kill for Wing Nation.
And it looked like it might have been a good turn there from Bad Papas.
Oh, they're still looking for it. Cardinals around the side, has the ult popping. Grip flashes away from the explosive cask, and Bad Papa will auto down Hulk as he overextended just a little bit on the backside of the fight, but ROTM really feeling it there.
Definitely. The turn from Bad Papas looked like there might be some life in it, but unfortunately for them, Wing Nation just does so much damage. Was able to secure the kill onto Samira from 2 screens away with his ultimate, and ROTM, ooh. Now looking at a 6.5k gold lead. They have total pressure here and can fall back to that dragon whenever they want. Feeling very good about their position in this game.
Yeah, dragon on the way. Still under consideration, it seems like, by both teams. Hulk is now respawned and walking his way there. Cardinals is just pushing down mid lane. He's got the completely unnatural flank, although I'm pretty sure he's on a ward. Is he on a ward? There's no... Do they not know? There's no way they don't know.
Oh,
Cardinals just walks in from the side, looking for that engage. I'm So Gay is low. They just couldn't find that CC. Still missing all the CC. I'm So Gay finally hits a decimating smash, but in comes Hulk over the wall. He blows Grip back into the team. Points is low, but gets the flay in onto I'm So Gay. Not able to find that decimating smash. Hung Chad just on the backside of the fight, not able to do anything. Zombie Scion doing the most damage of anybody on this fight. Tony Hawk has the shields from the locket, and it's enough to keep him alive.
And ROTM was looking a little bit precarious until Hulk showed up and was able to get a pretty free combo onto Grip and instantly blow him up. And ROTM gets another win under their belt, as well as that second dragon for them. Yeah, everything's going their way. Now almost an 8k gold lead. Very strong at this point, ROTM. next objective likely to be that Baron, as we see our team resetting here. Probably going to be resetting into that side of the map, picking up a little bit of vision. And with the Callista, they do have pretty good secure for it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them pressure it here in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, and just looking at the inventories, it's almost a full item advantage for everyone on ROTM. It's a pretty disgusting advantage that they've worked themselves into, and now it's just a matter of capitalizing on one or two more fights and closing out the game as cleanly as they can, hopefully. For Bad Papas, I guess we'll see if they can find their big wombo that they've needed. I don't think we've seen the Samira ult this game. I'm so gay just wandering in. Points kind of gives up the play as he takes the blast cone out. Plasma Fission onto Tony Hawk. This is a really slow little kite. They actually just don't have either ADC, so this is a very strange 4v4. Bad Papa gets a shockwave onto Points, but that's the only one. The Magnet Storm being annoying, but the damage is already done. They've taken down the Orianna, and Grip is going to fall as well to the Lifeform Disintegration Ray. Again, both AD carries are just fighting bottom lane for some reason during this whole play, and now the Baron going to be started up potentially. Nope, everybody running away for RTM.
Callista there yet. It's a little bit scary. It's going to take them a while to do it, so RTM opting not to risk it, I suppose, as Karasu's walking his way leisurely up there. Going to be picking up that mid wave, and maybe once he gets up here they can look at it again, but it's very strange. That did feel like it should be a Baron opportunity, as RTM was able to find the pick onto Bad Papa and then just have the range to finish off Grip as well.
Yeah, Winged and Points being extra annoying, just continually camping bushes, looking for picks that they can find. They don't have Hulk or, well, really anybody else. It's just the two-man squad of Points and Winged. The hook out of the W, that was a really nice hook from Points, but can't really capitalize on that, unfortunately. Another hook forces the wind wall out of Hung Chad, and now Hulk around from the side, pops the Predator, looking for that ultimate over the wall. Not going to pull the trigger. So just the pressure for RTM.
They're going to be securing these jungle camps, though, and picking up a lead there by just constantly denying Grip the farm from his own jungle.
Well,
RTM is
the two-man squad again. Winged and Points looking for the engage. Not able to find the knock-up. He's got the lantern if he needs it, and he'll get back out. He'll scoot right a boot.
It's a little bit scary.
There we go. Flash away from Hung Chad. They're trying to engage onto Hulk. They'll get the knock-up. The juggle just trying to find it. A big... Oh, that's a huge wombo from Team Bad Papas. The Shockwave and the Magnet Storm doing work. Hung Chad still staying alive, but eventually eats the combo from Wing Nation, kiting out from ROTM, but it's the shutdown eventually for Bad Papa. I'm So Gay trying to track down. Cardinal's still alive on the backside. Can he actually get out of this situation? Hits 1Q, maybe looking for a little bit more. Gonna dash out. I don't know that they have enough to follow. That'll be it. So the huge wombo only nets them a 3-for... Well, only. It's a 3-for-1 fight for Team Bad Papas while they're behind like 9,000 gold.
And I think most importantly, picking up that shutdown, especially onto Wing Nation, it was a 900 gold shutdown going into the pocket of Orianna. And it just sort of shows the team fight that we want to see out of Bad Papas. When they are able to land their abilities and combo them correctly, it's still winnable, even from so far behind. So, giving them a little bit more hope in this game as the Dragon's spawning here in under a minute.
Yeah, kind of a late back here from a couple of members of Bad Papas. I'm So Gay headed back to the top lane. Bad Papa can join with the teleport, but importantly, Rip Tony Hawk and Grip both, kind of ceding vision control because of their late backs.
Yeah, they have a lot of trouble contesting it just because their entire team's in their base, but Tony Hawk space checking the bushes almost ends up getting caught out there, but he's able to avoid the skill shots. But they're pushing in, trying to establish some amount of vision, trying to get into this pit to contest the dragon. It is just the third dragon for our team if they pick it up, so not the most important thing in the world.
Yeah, it feels like we've talked about Tony Hawk, face checking a lot of these bushes and almost paying for it, but he's only got 2 deaths to his name.
Ooh,
teleport flank from I'm So Gay, looking for the engage, not pulling the trigger on the unstoppable onslaught. They've kind of got RTM pinched in around this blue buff, but we'll see if they can find anything. Dragon started up. Grip is on it. Hulk maybe going to look for the turn. It's about 2,000 health. Hulk is in, actually misses the belly bump. It's going to be smited away by Grip, but here comes the fight. Tony Hawk falls on the front side. Cardinals looking for the backline, looking for the knockups. Hung Chad hits the ultimate, gets immediately taken down by Karasuda. They'll start to turn. I'm So Gay is low. The knockup from Point's just a little bit slow, or a little bit not there. He's going to get punched by Zombie Side. Oh, just flashes over the wall. They'll find a couple of picks on the backside of the fight. It's 3 kills to 0 for ROTM, and they should look at the Baron now.
Yeah, this time the Baron should be theirs. Even with a really strong Orianna ultimate coming out from Bad Papa, it was actually completely locketed by Points and just didn't have quite as much damage as Bad Papa's needed. Samira ulting for the second time this fight, or this game rather, but and almost instantly gets canceled. And that's another fight going in favor of ROTM, even with Bad Papa's hitting some key abilities.
Yeah, Redemption just to keep everybody topped off. Orianna looking for it over the wall, but going to be pinched in by Points and Wing Nation. Hook going to land, and that should mean the death of Orianna. They'll grab the Baron. Felt like that was kind of contestable by Grip, but he walked to bottom lane. Is going to choose to split push instead.
Yeah, deciding that there was no point in heading up there and trying to contest it. So Bad Papa's left to do it all on his own, and RTM pushing down mid lane now. They haven't reset with the gold that they picked up in the last fight, but they are still significantly far ahead, so should still be stronger than Bad Papa's in this fight. But they're pushing in. They're going to be able to get this inhibitor. Hulk is pushing in the top lane as well, so there's another way for them to rotate to if they want to.
Yeah, mid lane inhibitor already down. Outer tower, well, inner tower, excuse me, going to fall in the top, the top lane. Now minion wave pushing in. They're going to continue the siege, and it's going to be very difficult for Bad Papas to stop. Cardinal's going to grab a back, but he's got teleport to join if they need him. And he'll probably use it on one of these minions, I imagine, before too long, or just going to head to fix that bottom wave for the time being. 2 super minions still wailing away. Finally going to get under control, it looks like a little bit. But the siege still doing a lot of poke damage over the wall. Is winged. They're staying relatively healthy, though, on the side of Bad Papas.
Yeah, not eating too much damage just yet. So our team looks like they're backing off here, decided they want to spend a little bit of the money in their pockets. They already broke down 1 inhibitor, so I'm getting some value for their Baron, but once they go and spend this money, they're up so much, almost 11k now. Very strong. We see 3 items completed in the top lane, 3 items in the jungle, 3.5 for Wing Nation on the Vel'Koz, just so strong, and then 3 as well for Karasuda, including the completed Bloodthirst, which just gives Kalista so much survivability in these fights. Our team is very strong right now.
Yep, just taking it slow. The siege working out in their favor. 1:50 left on the Infernal Dragon spawn for them. Still about an 11,000 gold lead. I don't think Baron will be up for too much longer, but they have that shoving wave in mid. Looks like they're going to group up toward this bottom lane and see what they can accomplish. This is, a relatively free tower. Shouldn't be really contested by Bad Papas, but they're still stepping up for it. So that's kind of interesting.
It's just strange. One of the good things about the Bad Papa's position is since they got the last dragon, wow, so much damage onto Samira. Wow. Since they got the last dragon, there's no major objectives that they have to contest until the next Baron spawns in 3 minutes. So they don't have to leave their base. The fact that they're walking up and trying to contest the tier 2 just seems like it's short-sighted. They should be looking to just farm up and hit their item power spikes.
Oh, Bad Papa. Hulk is there with the explosive cast. That's a lot of damage. The Zanya's just going to secure that he dies. Hulk bonks him down with the keg. Is it a keg in that? I'm not really sure what it is in the Arctic Warfare skin.
It looks like a barrel of some sort. Uncertain if it's
regardless,
actually a keg
it probably
or not.
hurts to get hit in the head with. And Rip gonna get chunked through. Karasuda able to dodge out of that decimating smash, but the tower's still under siege. Both of the inhibitor towers go down at approximately the same time, and without the Orianna, that big teamfight Wombo is very lacking right now for Bad Papas. They need to be careful watching this spawn. The Fate's Call coming in. The big knockup from Points. as they get on to grip. Hung Chat is low on the backside of this fight, able to heal and stay alive, but Karasuda is godlike as he flashes in. They'll finish off the kills, they'll finish off the game as well, eventually.
Yeah, you should be able to just close it out here. It's
I
such
love
a
that
massive
Cardinals was
lead.
just ignoring the zombie scion that whole time. But the Nexus turrets fall, Nexus number 1 goes down. It took a little bit longer than maybe it should have, but 31-48, it looks like the final game time. A good debut for Hulk. Wing Nation with a big performance on the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, relatively clean game there from RTM. Just a hiccup or two. Um, they took it a little bit slow, but the lead was never really in question. So far ahead for the entire game. Really good game there from RTM.
Yeah, so we'll take a short break and we'll be back with game number 2. We'll see if Return of the Middle Sticks can close it out or if Bad Papas will strike back. So just a minute or two and we'll have that game. I lost track of what it is. 3713? 713. Okay. The stream has felt longer than the last couple of days, even though it's like actually shorter in time frame.
Is it?
I mean, we're approaching some of the times that we've hit, but we're 2 hours right now. Like almost straight up 2:04.
Yeah, you see that now? It has felt a little long, but I'm gonna go fill up my water real quick if we can take a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Be right back.
How are you guys doing in the chat? Having a good time out there? Wait, I didn't mean to click that. Oh no. Oh well. Sorry to anybody getting an ad right now. I didn't mean to. I'm doing all right. I'm pretty tired after work. It was a long day. We got another long one tomorrow. Electrical engineering stuff. That's kind of exciting. Are you looking to like go back to school or just for your own info? Hello?
Alrighty.
I was worried you got
Howdy.
lost on the way to the water.
Yeah, see, I went to go get water. As soon as I stood up, I was like, oh fuck, I really need to pee. So I had to go pee and then fill up my water. And it was the whole thing.
All right, are you ready to look at this draft?
I am ready.
All right, so welcome back. Game number 2 between Return of the Middle Sticks and the Bad Papas. Um, we'll see if our team can close it out. Kind of an interesting draft. They got the Callista again, and they got Wings 0% win rate Cassidon. So that's
Hog.
also a thing that happened. Meanwhile, Bad Papas have drafted full AD.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, they went with the Rel again blind. Even after they had a pretty hard lane matchup against the Thresh. This time around, RTM not opting for the Thresh matchup, even though points, it felt like played it relatively well. Deciding that Alistar was the direction that they wanted to go. But yeah, overall, Bad Papa's full AD. RTM full scaling. You know, Cassidon, of course, loses lane to everybody in the entire game. Camille doesn't really win against Malphite, at least early. You know, later on can be very strong, but early game it's not the easiest matchup against like a Comet Malphite. So we'll have to see. And then also, you know, scaling jungler as well. It feels like the Bad Papas have the chance to sort of roll over the early game here, just because there is a lot of scaling on the side of ROTM.
Yeah, I also just think it's weird from the side of Bad Papas, the investment into banning out Cardinals. Like, you ban Wukong and Aatrox and leave up Camille. But, like, then you're picking Malphite, so that would have been fine into Wukong or Aatrox. So that feels a little weird. But
Yeah, very interesting. I think the Aatrox could be a little. You know, it's not like a super easy matchup. I think the Aatrox and Malphite both feel fine with that matchup. So maybe deciding they just didn't want to deal with it after last game. You know, maybe deciding he was just a little bit too impactful on it. That said, it is weird to throw multiple bans at top lane and they end up with Camille, the best top laner in the game, right?
yeah, well, let's see how it all plays out then. If you're ready, Kato, we'll go ahead and start.
I am ready.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, game number 2. Our team looking to close it out, and they'll be on the blue side of the rift wearing the blue health bars. Cardinals 29 in the top lane playing Camille. Hulk in the jungle on his Evelynn. Winged Nation on the 0% competitive win rate Cassidon. And Karsud and points on Callista and Alistar.
On the red side, looking to come back after a rough game 1. Bad Papas with I'm So Gay in the top lane on the Malphite. Grip 1-2-1-3 on the Kayn in the jungle. Bad Papa himself on the Yasuo mid lane. And then Hung Chad and Rip Tony Hawk this time around with the Xayah combined with the Rel. So, if there is a matchup that is winning for ROTM, it's definitely this bottom lane. Callista Alistar shouldn't have too much trouble against Xayah, you know, especially early game. Xayah is not at all known for her early game strength, so definitely a lane to play towards for ROTM.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Evelynn in a minute. Still feels like that champion is really strong every time I see her, but why isn't she as prevalent right now?
Well, ever since the jungle changes in the preseason to the items and such, her clear is slower than it was before. And then a lot of meta junglers don't have trouble dealing with Evelynn. So, you know, it doesn't feel great to be an Evelynn player. That said, she does still see some play. There's a build where you're supposed to go like rush Lichbane into Protobelt, which is supposed to be pretty strong. So, you know, we'll see what Hulk ends up opting for. You know, once you hit your items, you're as strong as ever on Evelynn. The issue is that your clear is just a little bit worse in the early game now.
Well, looks like Hung Chad and Tony Hawk might be pressing for this level 2. They have the lane state in their advantage, and Karsud are trying to auto down some of these minions and equalize, but this could be a little scary situation. Points is trying to rush back,
yeah.
but Yeah, the level 2 looks like it's going to be hit Hung Chad and Rip Tony Hawk. He goes in with the W, going to get the stun in a second, has to wait for the cooldown. They're igniting points. He's got the flash away. He'll live. Karasuda steps up a little bit for the Rend. Forced underneath tower, but they'll hit level 2.
It's not often that Karasuda's Callista doesn't get the level 2 push, but when you're combining with Alistar, who's sort of one of the worst level 1 supports in the entire game, it's very hard to push for that level 2. And, you know, well done by Bad Papas to be up there and to be pushing for it and taking advantage of it. Because right now they have a pretty significant lead in a lane that they probably shouldn't have as big a lead in. Ooh.
Yeah, Bad Papa going to hit the tornado, but is going to pay for it. The charm from Hulk into first blood. He just wasn't able to flash out of that situation. So really well done. Good timing by Hulk to wander in mid lane, and they're able to pick up the kill.
And Bad Papa himself just sort of lost track of the wave state there. Ended up pushing it up, and you know it's frozen just outside of Wing's turret, which means easy ganks if Yasuo's going to try and play up and contest that wave. So just a little bit too far forward in a matchup where Yasuo should be extremely favored, so perhaps feeling a little bit of pressure to be pressuring the Kassadin early.
Yeah, and we'll see if Winged is able to take advantage. Right now, just going to grab the recall. He's got the refillable potion Dark Seal tier combo, so a lot of scaling in his back pocket and a little bit of safety to help him farm it out. Meanwhile, Bad Papa unfortunately stuck on the boots recall. Feels pretty bad.
Yeah, not too crazy about that. You'd like to see on your early recalls with Yasuo at least a little bit of attack speed, since your Q cooldown does scale with that. So the fact that he wasn't able to pick up any means he's not feeling good about himself. That said, he's still probably stronger than Kassadin right now, especially since he still has both of his summoners available. If Kassadin ends up losing control of this wave and pushing up a little bit too far, he could end up getting chased down. Oh, top lane. Going in favor of Cardinals. Malphite has a full mana bar, so he's obviously not pressing Q enough to be winning the matchup.
Yeah, Karasuda grabbed a back in the bottom lane, grabs the boots and the dagger. It's going to allow that wave to get super pushed in, and then points gets chunked out while he's kind of left by himself. So this is setting up for kind of another weird little situation for them in the bottom lane, and we'll see how they're able to navigate it. Hulk is in the area doing some krugs right now.
And there is no flash on this.
Oh, the stun onto points. They're just going to kill him. A little bit of disrespect on the unmounted Rel as he gets the remount and the go forward, trying to get onto Hunk Chad. Not able to. I'm losing my vocal cords apparently. Sorry, not narrating that particularly well.
That's alright.
He's getting a charge down. The
Tony
Ignite's
Hawk.
on.
He just walked up and he missed the Q. You just have to auto, buddy. Oh, Tony Hawk's gonna end up going down here.
No,
maybe?
he's got the.
No, just kidding.
He's got
Rel's
the
the
shield.
tankiest man alive. Wow, that was. Oh, and that wave is so fucked. Wait, Hulk left that wave in just the worst fucking spot. Oh no, it's
the
slow
Ignite
pushing
in mid lane. Points is gonna look for the return kill. Finds it with everybody just burning Ignites in random at random times, and Points finds that kill at least to equalize after the solo kill from Bad Papa.
Yeah, and you know, the Yasuo still applying pressure in this matchup as he should, but you know, perhaps not the correct timing again as Alistar is able to trade that kill back. But looking at wave states again, look at this massive wave down bottom. There's about 3 waves stacked up that Hung Chad is walking back into lane to. That's just, it's awful right now. It's doomed for Karasuda. He's down 10 CS. Ooh, Cardinals is getting...
Grip is here looking for the gank as Cardinals is getting collapsed on. He'll get Malphite ulted and taken down. Little overextension trying to get that ward, and Grip just walks in behind him and is able to take him down. So 3-2 in favor of Bad Papas early on. Looks like Hulk is trying to rotate over to the dragon, but they might have caught Bad Papa. Dashes forward through the wind wall, and Hulk will finish off the kill with the Q. the spike.
And that's just random from Bad Papa. He just walks in a river. His bot lane is completely shoved under. His jungler's top side. I don't know what he's pushing in for, but he ends up getting caught out there. And this is going to be the Dragon going in favor of ROTM.
Yeah, early Ocean Dragon under their belt. Gonna feel pretty good. Is Grip gonna just farm out his top side, not getting anything in return. Of course, the Herald hasn't spawned yet, so there's not much, really to do. Yeah, so good play by ROTM as they're able to secure that, not lose anything in the I guess you could count the Camille as part of that play, maybe. But, yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a stretch in the extended play, over that time period, only losing Camille in unrelated accident top lane.
Yeah, I mean what is a game but an extended play, right?
True. Oh.
This was
Malphite is
pretty
just
bad,
so
yeah.
fun and tanky.
Shard of the
What a
Monolith
champion.
gameplay. Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna walk up. He got the shield back, so the second Camille Q, even though it does true damage, just doesn't do any damage.
I'd like to point out that this is a matchup that Cardinals wanted. Masochist, if you ask me. They're looking for Hung Chad on the backside. Another gets stunned by Tony Hawk as they're trying to turn back onto points. Hung Chad is left for dead though. Teleport coming in is going to be I'm So Gay. He actually has ultimate available. We'll see if he pulls the trigger. Cardinals teleports in as well. Looking for Grip. That's a two-man knockup from the Malphite as points getting on the Hextech ultimatum is able to secure another double kill for I'm So Gay. They're flashing forward looking for Cardinals. Hulk trying to turn this one back around. He'll maybe be able to finish off the Malphite. It's a triple kill for I'm So Gay. The Malphite popping off. That one's stolen by Rel, though. I always want to call Rel Samira really quickly. Those champions came out too close together. Winged, able to find a trade kill, trying to chase down Tony Hawk. Won't be able to as he gets under the tower. That was a
bot fight
fucking
was
mess.
an
Yeah.
absolute mess with Malphite coming out with a few of the kills in his favor, but Cardinals during that time didn't TP. Was he down there?
Yeah, he TP'd down there. He got the hook shot. He got the Hextech ultimatum for an assist,
I didn't see him. I'll be honest. I was watching Rel just sort of, every 7 seconds knocking up everybody in the entire fight. Rel was pretty massive in that bot lane fight, but I think more importantly is that the kills that RTM got are going onto their Evelynn, onto their Kassadin, onto these champions that scale extremely well, whereas the kills for the Bad Papas sort of ended up on Malphite, which Malphite feels pretty good about. I think that Camille's going to have a hard time in this matchup, but, it's not often that Malphite hard carries your game. Ooh. He's winning this
Maybe he
matchup
can,
hard,
though. Yeah, he could definitely solo kill Cardinals, and not even like a weird situation. Like, it's just a possibility right now.
Rel is pretty far up. It has the backup of the jungler, so not too afraid, but... Oh.
Yeah, they're looking for I'm So Gay in the top lane. Charm gonna land onto him. Has the flash, almost has the ultimate available. Just the lashers coming through. Can Hulk find that one up? Just not quite enough range as he uses the ult to get out to safety.
And the last caress from Evelynn just not quite available to pick up that shutdown, but applying a lot of pressure onto the Malphite after picking up, so many kills bottom lane, so much gold. Being able to neutralize that a little bit by sort of bailing Cardinals out is pretty good. So there's a lot of people
getting some autos down onto Hung Chad, but in comes Bad Papa and Tony Hawk. Fate's Call trying to pull out points, but they'll commit the Magnet Storm. They'll commit a lot else. The Unbreakable doing a little bit of work. Karsuda's low, still staying alive though, doing some damage out, putting it in. Comes Wing Nation. He's able just to plop down and eliminate Hung Chad from the map.
And Yasuo's saving his ult for late game. Why did he neither use his ult to one-shot Kalista nor to secure the kill onto points? And it shouldn't have been a 1-for-1. It feels like Yasuo should have been able to wipe that entire fight.
Bad
but not wanting to
Papa
expend his ult.
taking a path. He's
Oh,
gonna run
he's
into
flanked.
Hulk, unfortunately. The flank is they come onto the Yasuo. Oh, the Lasher not quite hit, but he gets the charm any. I guess the auto-targeted Q helps with the charm hit. Tony Hawk gonna be stunned up. He's got nowhere to go. Gonna remount, but it doesn't matter. His wing takes him down. He's 3-1 on the Cassidon, 3-1 on the Evelyn, and the Dragon gonna spawn right into their back pocket.
Perfect timing as RTM picks up the last couple kills in that extended fight.
Oh, Wing
Oh,
used the rest
Wing
of his
is
mana.
entirely out of mana.
He got a little bit back with the W, but it just doesn't matter. The Emerald Trespass is used. Grip is here, but he'll get autoed down. Hulk finishes him off, but the Dragon is still at 2,700 health.
He should be able to still secure it.
I'm so gay could just
Malphite
go in
true.
and one-shot 2 people with his ult. He doesn't know that, but he could do it. It'll finally be secured, though, by RTM.
And that was just, the fight was 100% RTM's favor, but Wing Nation, you know, losing track of how much mana he has, ends up ulting straight in and inting away a massive shutdown to the Kayn. As Karasuda, I don't know who he was hoping to find there. As he just finds the support who he can't really effectively burst out.
Yeah, Hung Chad has the finished Gale Force. A couple of other completed mythics coming through for Team Bad Papas. Winged has the only one so far on RTM, and it's an Everfrost.
Which is sort of the emerging build for Cassidon. Cassidon hasn't seen a lot of plays since the item changes, but when he has been, this Everfrost has been coming up recently, so you know, it's not the worst item in the world. You get a little bit of everything that Cassidon could want: HP, mana, as well as the CDR on it, and the potential for the hard CC. Everything you could ever want.
Yeah, Everfrost was honestly like one of the last mythics that I learned existed, and it was only because I got it in a Zoe bubble. Karasuda's in trouble. The Gale Force on Hung Chad is able to find that kill. In comes I'm So Gay. They hit the Malphite Yasuo combo, but Winged is still alive on the backside. The Everfrost picking up the kill. They get the root onto I'm So Gay. They're just kind of outplaying him. Winged didn't need to go back in. Is he burning? He's fine.
Why did he go? What a greedy son of a bitch wants that 600 gold shutdown for himself. Goes back in with 0 HP, ends up eking it out just by the hair of his chinny chin chin as Grip in combat with the Cardinals, but I don't think either of them are going to fall from that. But yeah, this Cassidon now is just massive. Has the almost stacked tier, has the finished Medjai's, is very, very accelerated. Very nearly level 11.
Scuttle?
That was weird.
That was a spectator bug. Alright.
Yeah.
I can't think of it. God, there's a joke about the crab being a bug, being the spectator bug. This is really funny, and I hope you're all laughing. Yeah.
I'm. If you can't tell, I am indeed laughing right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the support. 13 to 10. Right now, about a 200 gold lead for Return to the Middle Sticks. Just huge, significant. Malphite is still the strongest man alive, but they're returning to gank him. In comes the charm from Hulk. He doesn't have the ultimate available. Also doesn't quite have his flash. Oh, it's just the perfect timing, and the last caress from Hulk will find the killing spree.
It's just the reverse of the last time Evelyn was in his lane. This time around, Evelyn had her ult, Malphite didn't, so it's a pretty free kill. This Evelyn now 5-1-4, has the finished Night Harvester.
Oh, they're looking for Karasuda. The flash forward for the Magnet Storm. Still trying to get onto him. In comes Points trying to play linebacker, but Tony Hawk has the charge available, and will finish that one off. Cardinals teleports in. Gonna look to try to equalize the kills at least, and Hung Chad gonna get knocked up and eventually live for forever. Okay, finally taken down by the tactical sweep. In comes I'm So Gay. That's a really good flash by Cardinals. Really nicely timed. Points is gonna be sacrificed to the... Oh. Yeah, he's down. Blades reach for Grip. But in comes Wing Nation, trying to find another kill on the backside of this. Still has his Rip Step available. Everfrost not quite able to connect with the Blades reach. Just going to go on top of Cardinals. He uses the Hextech Ultimatum. In onto I'm So Gay. Can Wing to actually find the kills on the backside of this? Oh, gets stunned up by the...
Blades reach?
No, it was the Rel... I can never remember the name of it. The link between Rel and...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was an extended fight that started as Karasuda's gotten caught out twice now in the side lane the last couple minutes as he's left alone, not really respecting this Rel's ability to engage in on him. And even with Cassidy coming down and dancing with them for a few minutes, not able to pick up any kills for the side of RTM.
Wait. What the fuck?
Hmm.
So number 1, E is called Attract and Repel. Also, Tony Hawk is maxing it.
Aren't you supposed to max W?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, does it give more armor and such?
It gives
maybe?
a little bit more armor and MR, but like, it doesn't improve the cooldown because it's identical no matter what. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Maybe with the changes to the AP ratios, maybe E's super OP now.
E
He's
doesn't
not
have an
building
AP
any
ratio
AP.
though. Yeah.
Does it not really?
No, they put the AP ratios on W and R.
They buffed every other ability except for. Okay, okay. So
Also, Samir didn't need a buff, for the record.
Rel.
Whoever. The new champ. Yeah.
Well, her play rate was extremely low. I think that buff, has been in the works for, at this point, 3.5 weeks. So before we realized that, oh yeah, I guess every single pro has showed us that this champ's OP as fuck.
So yeah,
So.
I'm essentially a Rel 1 trick at this point, and champ is just busted. Didn't need the buff, and then with the buff is now even more busted. So I just don't. I actually don't know how they're going to get rid of her out of pro play. Anyway, Hulk is in trouble. He's going to get engaged upon. Has the last crest to get back over the wall points. Just trying to get on top of Hung Chad. They'll eventually finish him off as Wing does the damage over the wall. Bad Papa gets the last breath onto him on the side. Wing hops back over the wall though. Fate's call in. That's a big knockup from the Alistar. Everybody's still alive for ROTM somehow out of this fight. Grip looking for anything. He's got the Gore Drinker, but it just isn't enough damage anywhere, and they'll eventually finish him off. What a fight for Return of the Middle Sticks.
Yeah, and halfway through, what a massive knockup for points. His Cardinals is. Oh? What? Wait,
I don't know how that
it hit her though.
Yeah.
It's because she had her shield on. And if it doesn't break the shield, it doesn't cancel her recall.
Yeah, there's also a chance that the spectator area is just a little off, because sometimes it is on the sides of the map for some reason. Yeah. Anyway.
RTM 4K gold lead now. Or 3.5? 3.5K gold lead. This Cassidon is massive. This Evelyn is massive. Even Camille in these fights is very impactful. Yeah, it's even. I'm thinking about how the Bad Papas can come back into this game and they scale pretty well. Their champions do. The issue is they are full AD. You're seeing, the plated steel caps coming out of Cassidon even. That combined with the Secret Charm Guard, it's gonna be very, very difficult to kill this champion for a full AD roster.
Yeah, and even the Evelyn picking up the Zanyas has that little bit of armor. Like, everybody's sneaking in the armor except Karsuda, but he's got the Immortal Shield Bow, so it's just really difficult to delete anybody on the side of RTM. And points, maybe going to demonstrate that immediately.
Yeah, taking a little bit of damage, but he does have those plated steel caps, so not able to be committed onto his Tony Hawk. He went for it.
I mean, it didn't cost him anything. Oh, he's got the charge onto Karasuda into the Magnet Storm. This is actually a really good combo. They're going to be able to take down the bottom lane. Well, maybe Points lives somehow. They're still looking for it. Winged is over the wall. I don't really know what he's trying to accomplish right now, but he's there and showing off the power of the plated steel caps. Look at how much extra damage he can tank. The Ignite not quite going to finish him off, but Karsuda and Points getting picked. And right now, Cardinals and Hulk are just split pushing. They're not backing. Bat Papas are pushing down. This is the Inhibitor turret in mid lane under fire. Inhibitor going to fall as well. Hulk and Cardinals still aren't backing. Are they going to push into the Nexus? There's no way, right?
Flashback to the gold game last week
Cardinals
where
and Points are alive. They've got to have a last-ditch effort. Now Cardinals is finally recalling. So's Hulk. They're on to Nexus turret number 1. Points goes in, gets a big knock-up. They're trying to turn this one back around. Can they actually find the fight at the end of this? Cardinals hops forward, getting the slow from the Ren. The big slow from Winged. He gets the snare with the Everfrost. They find Yasuo. They'll track down a couple more kills at the end as Cardinals finally comes flying in. They've been waiting for their savior, and there he is. It's a double kill for Hulk at the end of it all.
yeah, our team ends up losing their inhibitor, but everyone makes it back in time to defend the Nexus turrets, and with the chasing power of this Alistar, of the Camille, they're able to just take down everyone, and now they're looking at the Baron.
Yeah, in a little stark difference from the gold game that we saw last week.
Yeah.
The members of ROTM are actually ahead and have some gold on them, so they can fight back at the Nexus. But yeah, Baron gonna fall, and that'll be a nice objective to have for ROTM. Now have staked themselves out to a 6,000 gold advantage, but they have to be a little bit careful because they're 2 Nexus towers and a Nexus away from just losing the game all of a sudden.
Yeah, losing out on that inhibitor definitely isn't great. You know, it's going to be a perma-pushing wave into them. And it looks like because of their recalls from ROTM, Bad Papas are actually going to be able to pick up this 4th Drake, their 2nd, so it's going to stall out, you know, any sort of an Elder Dragon win con for, you know, at least an extra 5 minutes. So good on them to pick up what they can, as they're even taking care of Sideways here, making it harder for ROTM to take advantage of their Baron buff. But Cardinals, there's a lot of people on this side of the map getting engaged on by Tony Hawk, but he's going to be able to just walk away.
I actually didn't think Hookshot had prio over RelW, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, they're going to get this tower. Where is Return to the Middle Sticks right now?
Bad Papas aren't the ones who got the Baron. They're, you know, these are with normal ass minions. They're pushing up, and you know, maybe pushing up a little bit too far. They might get engaged on by ROTM as Cardinals is coming in for a flank. Keep an eye on him on the mini map. He's coming in.
Yeah, Cardinals and
He
Points
does have the
on the
ult
flank right
available.
now. Tony Hawk goes over the wall, looks for the stun onto Cardinals. They're just trying to kite back onto the Camille. Oh, but the Xayah exposes herself in the front of the fight. It's a big ult from Bad Papa. They're trying to turn this one back around, but Karasuda is free hitting on the backside. Finds 1 kill as Winged able to hop back out. Another big knockup from Points as they're able to turn that one back around. Hulk lives at the end of it all. It's the Bud Light ace for Return to the Middle Sticks. They're gonna have trouble actually closing out the game off of it though because of the minion wave in mid.
Yeah, definitely not a game-ending play, but a really good flank there. It looked like Bad Papas might have had the counter-engage necessary with the ult out of Malphite as well as Yasuo, but they didn't have quite enough damage to burst him out. And now RTM, Cardinals expending the teleport to go top here, gonna be pushing down this turret. Turret's gonna come down, but I don't think they have enough to stick around for the inhibitor.
Yeah, Chad and Tony Hawk have respawned, able to defend this top lane inhibitor at least. Karasuda and Point's gonna get another tower for themselves in mid lane. Maybe? Maybe not quite. Okay, there it goes. Bad Papa not gonna be able to find that knockup, and they'll get out. So 10,000 gold in the advantage now. 3 minutes still on the Baron, 245 on Cloud Soul, so we're probably going to have a really boring game for a little bit.
Yeah,
So
a few
yeah,
minutes with nothing particular to fight for, but
oh no, Hung Chad, he doesn't know. He
Not
lacks
like
the
this.
critical information, and now he knows, and now he's dead. Alright, well.
ooh, last crest burned. Oh, Bad Papa's here. He
Ignite
has
is actually
completion of
revealing him
lineage.
that whole time. He's trying to track down the Evelyn, now gets the knockup. He didn't use
Use
the
your
ultimate
ult.
for some reason, but he gets the shutdown anyway. That's 1,000 gold onto Bad Papa.
Mr. Papa, your ult doesn't have a cooldown. Just use it. Make sure that there's no way that the 10 and 2 Evelyn's able to turn that around. But either way, a lot of money in the pocket of this Yasuo, who was extremely far behind. 3 and 8, you know, had only recently finished his 2nd item. You know, that influx of gold definitely is what they're looking for, so that he can feel a little bit more useful.
Yeah,
But
I don't know why there are things happening on the map. Now Winged is not really doing damage. Oh, finally getting some damage through, but in'll come the stun. I don't
Malphite
know why
ult
we're
is
looking for these
available.
picks. Yeah, still looking forward for Rip Tony Hawk. Able to find him, but then gives another 1,000 gold shutdown over to Bad Papa. Might as well, right?
And 1,000 gold for the rel. I mean, that seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, now he's got 2,900 in his max pocket. He can just go buy himself a new item.
Yeah, wouldn't mind a little bit extra. That way you can just one buy the Bloodthirster, I imagine, would be
Can't
the
he
next
sell the
item that he would
Dorans and
like
get
to.
it?
Isn't it 32 or 34?
I thought it was 3,000. You might be right.
I couldn't tell you the actual
I can't tell you any costs right now, honestly.
ticket price for it. Yeah.
I don't play like if it's not in an area, I don't know, man.
Do you not buy Bloodthirster in area? Oh, Hulk.
Oh,
The
Hulk
junglers
is-
are finding each other. Grip. Okay.
All right.
He's gonna be able to just sort of flash away there, but the Yasuo hasn't spent his money. He gets caught out here. He's just gonna get one shot. This Camille's pretty strong, and with Yasuo not heading home to spend his money, he's not as strong as he otherwise might have been. But Tony Hawk is getting caught out here.
Yeah, see, this is great. I can just let you do the play-by-play and the analysis, but Winged is going to take down Rel in the process. I'm so able to use his ult to try to get away, but Cardinals chases him down. He's unstoppable. Kane Umbral trespasses inside of Cassidon, but it's not going to be enough. Another big double knockup from points as Hung Chad is going to fall. It's the ace, the Bud Light ace for Return to the Middle Sticks. Excuse me, I forgot our sponsor there. Hulk is just showing how many tower shots he can tank, and now points
They
is
have a
going to
naked
demonstrate as
inhibitor
well.
top.
Oh,
They
now
can just
Cardinals is going to show how
Oh.
many tower shots he can tank.
But that was a slick little play there from points with the Alistar canceling the headbutt to flash and knock up Hung Chad on the ADC or on the Xayah there. Pretty good play there as RTM gets the picks, gets the double inhibitors, and looks like Evelyn's gonna be able to pick up that third dragon as well. So everything's coming up RTM here.
Yeah, Dragon started up by Hulk. He'll be able to solo secure that and further his MVP candidacy. Like, look at him. Doesn't even need a team to take down the Dragon. He's got his Lichbane finished up, and RTM should look for some vision around that Baron area. Do you think that there's still a miracle fight where Bad Papas can win, like, straight up 5v5? Or nah?
And they have the Wombo potential. I think that they need to literally one-shot Cassidon, and like if they can one-shot Evelyn at the same time, like that's kind of their win condition. Now both of them have Zanyas, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult. And you are kind of full AD, and they both have armor, so again, difficult. But if they're able to, just one-shot a couple members of RTM, there's potential that they could win an extended team fight. Outside of that, it's gonna take a lot of stalling and a lot of picks to keep them in this game, as Cardinals has a 4-level lead over Malphite.
Yeah, Wing not quite able to find the Everfrost onto Hung Chad. Now flashes forward. Gonna get rooted up. Not the most
Trading
exciting pick
flashes.
attempt. But yeah, trading flashes. Probably more valuable on the Cassidon right now, but Hung Chad doesn't have that now. So you can probably kill the Xayah, especially if she doesn't have Featherstorm, which she doesn't right now, and she's actually going to walk into Hulk. This is pretty unlucky. We're about to see the ADC in 2021 gameplay experience. There it is. Thank you for demonstrating.
Yeah, how dare Xayah think that she could walk into her own base? Disgusting. Well, our team got the pick, so it looks like they're going to be picking up the Baron for it. And probably be looking to end with that Baron buff.
Oh, Cardinals is going to spot Grip and make sure that he can't get anywhere near that Baron pit to steal. I don't actually know if Cardinals wins this fight right now. He definitely does not, in fact. This is a lot expended to pick Cardinals, but they'll eventually finish him off. That's another 1,000 gold shut down to Yasuo, so...
I think in a 1v1, Cardinals absolutely wins it, without a doubt, 100%. Unfortunately, Grip has no honor. Brought many of his friends over to disgrace the honorable 1v1.
So I think
Uh,
the big synergy play right now is that Karasuda needs to get like 1 or 2 more kills, get that 700 gold
um,
shutdown, and then give it to Yasuo, right?
that
So that
would
everybody
be
would
the
have done
play.
it. Yeah.
I mean, everyone except for points, right?
Yeah, but he's
I
the
mean, points to do it as
is
well.
our supports even people? Like,
I don't know. Bad Papa though finished up the GA. Now has 4 completed items. Is even with Kassadin, even though he's 6 and 9.
my wife has informed me that I'm sleeping in the bathtub tonight. All right, well, it's been nice knowing you, gentlemen. Thank you. The siege continuing for Return to the Middle Sticks as they're here in bottom lane. Wing just giving no fucks, jumping in, looking for the Zaya, forces the Feather Storm out. And
What the fuck
the
is
rest
the
of the
rest
team
of the
is
team
just
doing?
not...
They're just letting him.
Oh, that's a big ultimate from I'm So Gay, but they just don't have anything. Hulk is doing something up on the top side? I'm not really sure what's going on there. There's still a siege minion left. Um,
That was Winged just walked past like 4 people twice and they just didn't do anything. They said fuck our 80 carry.
yeah, he's
Let
2 and
Kassadin
10.
do
We
what he
don't
wants.
need him. Imagine having an 80 carry in the current year. Points is going in. He gets a knockup onto that 80 carry. Cardinal's looking for it. Gets the Hextech ultimatum, but only onto Malphite. This is kind of messy so far. Wing is pretty low, but has the Zanya's Hourglass device in time. Karasuda is still relatively untouched on the backside as he's hopping to and fro, getting some runs down. They've found 1 kill so far in this fight. They've got the Guardian Angel out of Yasuo as well. They jump forward. They find 2 more kills finally. And Wing Nation playing the KDA game is just going to go ahead and hit auto down the Nexus turrets, and the Nexus that'll finish off the series at 2-0 for Return of the Middle Sticks, kind of staking their claim on maybe like 2nd place in the division now, 4-1. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Another pretty good game. Again, a little bit slow on closing it out, just because they had such a massive lead forever. But otherwise, a pretty clean game there for ROTM as they showed the bad papas who their daddy was. No, because Papa. Never mind. It was
I
a
was
bad joke.
considering just turning off the stream right after that
It
joke.
was a bad
Um,
joke. My
I thought it
bad.
was pretty good. Like, that's on par with like we both get one. We're 3 hours into this cast. We're allowed to do whatever we want. So, thank you guys for joining us for this scuffed stream. Um, what's the schedule? We're off till next week. Are you guys actually playing Monday? Do you know?
As far as I know, it is now Thursday, and I have not been told otherwise, so I'm operating under the assumption that we are indeed playing Monday.
Well, make sure you get your rank games in so you can play next week. But
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Um,
True.
we'll have the UML game, assumedly Monday night. They'll be taking on University of Michigan Junior Varsity. Is that right? Or do you have FTD Hotel? I don't remember. It's one of the
But
two.
we have hotel.
Okay, so FTD Hotel this week. Um, it's a pretty important game. If RTM wins, that should all but clinch them a playoff spot, which is really nice. Um,
Do we have to get top 2
you have
to
to get
get
top 3.
top 3?
Yeah.
So there's a world in which we lose the next 2 weeks, and then we wouldn't get playoffs. Okay.
Yeah, or even if you win this week, there's a way you could have like a 3-way tiebreaker at 3-2 if it all goes to hellfuck. But yeah,
We just have to win out then, just to secure it.
yeah. I mean that's the plan anyway. So, um, but an important game for RTM looking toward the UML playoffs, and then what? Wednesday will be the gold game. Thursday the plat game like normal. I have no idea who they're playing or when. Well, I know when approximately. So, anyway, support the boys. If you don't follow the stream, because it does support us, follow on Twitter. I'll try to update things there or in our Discord server. So, yay! Thank you. Platt doesn't play
Yeah.
this week. We got to buy because our opponents quit. Oh well.
Well, that's because they heard that Hulk was coming back. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
well, there's no fucking point.
no point playing against that monster. All right. Well, thank you. Bye.
They have a point. Ha ha ha. Like points.